Welcome back to Roll Some D6s. We're doing Curse of Strahd. So they're actually in the campaign now as of yesterday. My original adventure hook is set and the extra details I wanted to add have been placed. So, trying to just adjust the volume there, buddy?
No, just so the mic's not in the way of the shot.
Oh.
Hello!
Okay.
So everybody go around. Why don't we do introductions again? A little bit of a description. Starting with Zach.
I am the lovely mother of the group, as you would call them, Euphigenia Surefrost at your service. I'm somewhat of an older woman. I still like to think I'm quite spry, full of pluck. I'm still at the ripe age of 42 years old. And,
oh, is that it?
I'm about 5'2" and 180 pounds of spunk and love and wonderful stews and homemade breads. Can't see that well, so I need these spectacles, and we haven't found any jewelry for me yet. I'm sure my boys would love to adorn their dear old mum with some fine baubles and trinkets. But welcome back, deities. It's so good to see none of you again.
Right, my name's Dermot Flint, one half of the Ash brothers. We got into some issues when we were younger. We lost our parents in that action. And, well, it's just been my brother and Braun. Well, my brother and Braun. It's just been him and him all. He carries the team. Well, it's just been the two of us.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's not true. But it's just been the two of us for a while. So, I guess I look more so like a fire genocide. I think that's the proper way to say it. I think, yeah, so. But yeah, that's what I look like, except with blue flaming hair, and instead of like gold, I guess, markings on my body, they're more silver, and my skin's like grey and ash-like, so. There's not much about me. I get like strolls through a misty woods, so this is going to be a great time for my brother and I. Hopefully we don't die.
I am Bron, the other half of the Ash brothers.
Yes, you are.
My shoulder hurts since I was bitten by a direwolf the night before. Other than that, I'm a giant red monster because me and my brother fucked up.
Just like accident.
So he gets to run around like a fire agency, and everyone looks at me like I'm a beast. It's a good trade.
It's not wrong.
Too real. And I'm Dr. Xavier Cross, the reluctant, perpetually annoyed leader of this band of idiots. I'm kind of angry that we're in this predicament, but I guess I'll let it slide for now.
Alright, so we left the characters closed off by Mysterious Mist. Illeria, played by Corey. Corey's not able to make it today, so hopefully he's watching so he can see what happens to his character. Alright, so you guys were on the vein of the mountain, and starting to walk down through the open areas of grass towards the tree line. You can see a gate in the distance down the road through the trees. So black pools of water stand like dark mirrors in and around the muddy roadway. Giant trees loom on both sides, their branches clawing at the mist. The mist begins to form in behind you. The field to your backs is slowly closing away. You see Gaiden has stopped about 10 or 15 feet behind you. And he's looking back at the mist, but he seems much calmer now.
Well, we've got places to be here, Gaiden. I don't think it's... if you want, you can try running back into the fog again, but I can't promise any of us are going to come with you.
Alright, he turns back, and he just says, "Is that the worst thing? To not help you live? That is my mission, is it not, Mr. Cross? You know that I'm sent here to kill you. Or at least take you back."
Kill me? That seems a bit excessive, don't you think?
Well, if I turned you into our paladins, you'd most certainly die. And if the men of Helm found you, which they likely would on our return south, you would also likely die. So for me to capture you even in peace would be a death sentence.
Braun wants shirt back.
So are you saying that I should have let you die back there?
He just says, well, actually I think you're going to let me die. For I am going to stay here. I have no intention of going and visiting this Strahd fellow, you said?
He's kind of a big deal.
So I've heard.
How do we know he's even still alive? In such a long time.
Well, it's his John
He's-
Hancock there right at the bottom of the paper.
Couldn't it be just a relative?
No,
Surely it's some of his relatives who've carried up his name and likeness.
I don't
300 years is a long time, dear. I know you're smart.
You see the mist slowly getting closer to him. Instead of 30 feet, it's more like 20.
Mr. Gaydon, do you not see the mist encroaching upon your very position? Wouldn't you be better served accompanying some safety? Especially since we've saved your life once. Perhaps you can repay the favor at some time.
He just says, yes, you have saved my life before. And put it in danger countless times before that. I am also a priest of Lathander, and my God will welcome me with open arms, for I have lived well. And if I die not assisting one of his greatest enemies and traitors, then...
Enemies? Traitors? What?
But surely Lathander is a god of renewal. As such,
Don't
it favor the very attempts of one Dr. Cross looking
No,
to
he's not a traitor. No,
retain his reputation.
Take a persuasion check at advantage, Zach.
Oh.
14.
That's your total persuasion?
Yep.
14.
With
Okay.
a
So he just looks back and he says, yes, but for what has happened to me, I can never be one of Lothander's children. Not with what bears down on my soul. You see, like, he's kind of starts to shake slightly again. Similarly as he did when he was pulled out of the mist.
Are you okay, dear? You seem to be affected by a bit of the chills. Would you like to sit down a moment and just rest?
He just says, there's no sun here, but it darkens. Over the last few hours, you haven't noticed?
We have. We
There-
have noticed the no natural source of light. It has been somewhat disturbing to all of us, I'm sure.
As you guys look around, you do realize it is starting to get darker. There's almost a reddish air in the light.
Look, I say we should all just get to town. We can talk about all of this later. Let's just go see if they can put us up in an inn and we can decide what to do from there.
Finally, some sense. I hope that persuades you enough to rest for a spell.
He just says, well, the town itself is for whom I have my concern. I'm sorry I could not help you find your way back to our great god. He starts stepping back away from you. The mist is getting closer to him. It's only 10 or 15 feet now. And he's walking backwards. He just says, I have deeper scars than you could ever know, my old friend.
How far are we from him?
I don't know, 10, 15 feet? That far?
But on one, two.
I'm going to assist.
Gaydon,
Yeah.
the mist, it's right there. Gaydon, look.
Now, look, Gaydon, there's no reason to fling yourself into oblivion because of helping him. There's more people you could help. And the thing is, we're trying to be heroes, kind of, right now. And we could use someone who is an actual hero.
He just says, yes, a hero. And a hero I've been for many, many years. But the thing you do not know about most heroes is deep down inside them are the worst of villains. How could I have hung so many witches, knowing that not all of them could possibly be evil? How could I have hunted down wizards and harpies and other things that, although evil, still feel pain and loss? Things that could still be redeemed. No, my good Dermot. For you I have hope. For your brother, we'll see. But these men are corrupt.
Poor bro.
And he points at Cross and Illeria and says, good luck to you, boys. I hope they do not corrupt you as they have corrupted each other. And he steps back into the mist.
Do we have a chance to grab him first?
If you guys want to grab
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
I'm not going to help at this point. Must be some serious reflection in Dermot's near future.
Mainly, I'm going to grab the vest that I gave him.
Okay. Sounds good.
'Cause I kind of want to just save my vest.
I'm going to help as well.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because you just nat 20 strength checks.
Yes.
What?
You do.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. What's your roll?
Not very good. 8.
Well, I have a 14, so use a 14 with your
So
strength
16.
one.
16?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You grab onto him. Grab onto the vest.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do so, a hairy clawed hand reaches forth out of the mist, seemingly from kind of right next to him, and just smashes into you. I did never get that set of dice, Liam.
Oh,
What a
The red one.
Do you want to roll a d20? Is that?
Not Jesse's dice.
Yeah, do not give the DM Jesse's dice.
Hi, Jesse, if you're watching.
All
I
right.
doubt he's watching.
What's
I
your
hate
AC?
you.
My AC is 18.
Okay. Can I have 2d6? Okay. So the hand flies forth, smashing into you and throws you probably about 20 feet. Who had the highest roll on the assist? You did?
Yeah.
Alright, so you're still holding on to him. And you can hear a deep guttural growl from the mist.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It strikes fear in your soul in a way
Immediately
you
give
have
up.
never felt before. This, whatever it is no wolf in the mist. But Gaiden is pulling you inside with him.
I'll help with that.
If you want to
Keep
hold
holding
on to him. You can just let go of him. He's not like grabbing onto you.
He's just holding?
Yeah, he's just holding and the mist is pushing forward while he's walking back.
So I stick to 19.
to save.
No, 19. 19 just to grab on Euphigenia. I'm not giving her the option to even try and save this guy. I'm going to yank her away.
What do you think? He looked incredibly sad backing into the mist.
I want to try and save him. I cannot let
Oh,
a man who believes in a god of renewal and rebirth be so consumed by self-hate and doubtfire. Or who needs those? David needs those, perhaps.
He's got dice.
Oh, I'm good.
Thank you, Ron. What a helping hand you are.
Roll a what?
Okay, roll
Except
it.
for my rolls.
11.
I had 21 on my pull.
You had 21?
Yeah.
Okay, so you feel the pull backwards. The vest slips free.
Yes.
Rip my vest.
And the growl comes again. Euphigenia, you see two glowing eyes looking back at you from the darkness.
I'm going to stuff the old lady over my shoulder and run away.
Okay, so you grab her, start pulling her back. You see the mist
Can
is
I roll an
actually...
Arcana check?
Yeah,
Right, time to go.
22.
22. So... Actually, I'll roll for Illeria. Alright, so Illeria is kind of like more checking out the woods. She's more worried about securing her escape, or he's more worried about securing her escape.
It is a girly name.
Yeah, it is a girly name.
If you're watching,
He's a pretty half-elf.
it's a
Yeah.
nice elf sex.
So yeah, you do see Illeria's trying to, scout the area ahead, doesn't notice much, but all you can think is werewolf. The red eyes were described to you so many times. It came up before when you were looking for the wolf.
Ron
You're-
did say this, yes.
I have to alarm everyone, but it looks like that's a werewolf in the mist
You're
here.
over my shoulder and I'm running.
Yeah, so...
Save the vest!
It's a werewolf in there.
I've got the
by
vest
chance.
in one hand and I've got this old
I
lady
couldn't
over my
grab onto
shoulder.
him. I didn't try to grab his vest.
you don't need a strength check for that,
Okay.
unless Zach wants to resist or
No.
something. You hear nothing. You hear nothing else from the mist, though. It appears the wolf's either not eating him, or it could have had the same effect as it did on Illeria, where you could hear nothing from the other side. But if it is indeed devouring him now, you will only have moments before it'll burst free of the mist and come at you. You realize if you do not leave now, and this werewolf has the desire to kill you, you will not survive.
We need to leave right away. poor Gaiden has left his
Alright,
fate
I am
with
rolling
the wolf.
initiative if you guys want to run.
I'm running.
I'm
Yeah,
Like
You
I
guys
said,
are
I'm running
running.
with this old lady.
Oh, I'm my initiative. I want him. He's carrying me.
Oh, not 20.
Yes.
Oh,
that's the one.
nice.
He's on. I want
Alright, so you guys run and run and run. You break into the gnarled forest that closes in around the road, and the mist stops at the edge of the forest.
Can I roll a perception check? Or
Well, I'm
23.
still blown through.
Yeah, but
It's
like
just-
if he's looking behind you as you're running.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
absolutely.
watching. Is there anything else I notice with my perception?
You see nothing.
It's just the mist. Oh, that's terrifying.
A little bit, yeah.
Hunting. What's happening in this weird town? And forest that surrounds it.
I'm gonna be keeping. I'm gonna be back of the pack, pretty much. I think.
Okay.
I assume I'm first. Just running through
I'm like the only one that
trees.
may be able to take a hit.
Okay, sounds good.
Maybe.
So,
Like that's
Yeah.
a chance.
so yeah, you guys continue along the road. As you do, it weaves back and forth. You are quite a ways, about 5 hours, you would guess.
From town.
Yeah.
Okay. So-
That's an educated guess based on observing it from height, but
As soon as we get to the road, I'll put old lady Sugarfrost down.
Oh, thank you.
okay. The mist does push in oppressively up against the edge of the forest. It seems to be surrounding the road entirely, almost like you're railroaded into this direction. You do notice as well the woods are extremely thick. You pretty much have to rip through the trees with a machete or a sword or something like that, an axe, to be able to move through it.
Don't even look at me. I'm not doing
Braun may be strong enough, but you won't move more than 5 feet per turn in movement through the thickets and the
Road
woods.
is fine, I think.
Maybe
It's
our
absolutely-
dear hunter can find us a smoother path.
Okay. I'm gonna
I think the
Yes.
highest 16. I think the highest he had is 16, which would be in his wisdom, I believe.
So
Yeah, so-
plus 3.
okay.
Plus 2, so plus 5. Survival.
Yeah, +5 is what I'm going on. So you guys continue down the gnarled wood. As you do, Illeria stops, looks towards the woods, and begins staring at a man-like tree. Just says, "That's eerie. Nor have I ever seen a tree in the shape of a man. I wonder if it's been grown that way."
Oh, my soul, don't light my hand on fire with produce flame, because it's been doing great against anything that's woods.
I've literally been like hacking away with my warhammer, just like beating a path, so I already have it out.
Okay.
Um,
Well, you guys are moving down the road, right?
Oh, he did find us a separate path?
Well, no, it's the road. You have to take the road, or else you're in the mist.
Oh, or we
yeah.
could have like beat our way through the forest, but that would have taken forever. And
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
exactly.
We just see this tree kind of on the side of the road, or what?
Yeah, it's just in the trees.
Don't have a great
Am I wise enough to know shooting a fireball or a produced flame?
I think that's just your go-to at anything.
I think
Just
currently.
Yeah.
perhaps we shouldn't burn it.
How far away is it?
Lyria is not more than 10 or 15 feet from it. He doesn't seem too worried about it, but definitely on edge.
Can I do my own perception to see if I get a better look at it? To see if
Yeah, you guys can go up and investigate and look around it. How close are you going to get to it?
I'm going to stay on the road.
I'm staying on the road, I suppose. I can look from
Well,
here.
actually, I'll stay right next to Bron, so if he goes right up to it, then I'm right there too.
Is it far off the road or like?
Almost within arm's reach. If you reached out into the woods, you could touch it.
I'm gonna do a quick look like around, not just at it, just to make sure there's nothing like propped, waiting for someone to come at it.
I rolled a 27 for perception.
Nice.
I'm just going to stare.
27.
I'm going to stare at the tree with passionate eyes. Oh, nat 20 again on perception about this tree.
And I got a 16. So.
All right, so you move up to it. It looks like it's in the shape of a man.
Sweet.
It's a tree.
Absolutely
In the shape
tree.
of a man.
No facial
Nice.
features.
There's definitely facial features, actually extremely detailed ones.
Oh.
But it's all shaped out of a tree that's perfectly still, moving with the wind.
Can
as
I roll an
normal.
Arcana check?
Can I throw a stick check?
Can I use my 19 instead of perception for the Arcana?
No, I haven't actually resolved that check yet.
Oh, I had a 27 for
Yeah, I
perception.
know what you're trying to identify.
15.
But I mean, he nat 20'd on it. So.
24? 24?
Oh, 24 to look around?
No, for Arcana.
Oh, for Arcana, right. Okay, so you do look at the thing, and you do know that some fae, some wizards, even some clerics can animate living creatures out of trees or shape wood, like a druid can. But it would be impossible to tell what this thing was without some kind of magical means or without physically interacting with it.
It did with them.
Physically interacting with it. I don't feel like touching it much.
I'm not a fan of touching this either. This looks really spooky.
Then Bron think we should.
Let's just keep going.
Well, what if it sneaks up on the road behind us and then eats us, gobbles us up? I don't
Bron
want that.
already suggest hammer.
Damn it. It's a tree.
Right,
Oh,
yeah, because those eyes in the fog were actually just small puppies piled up on each other with large goggles on that reflected light was red.
Well, it definitely wasn't from this tree creature.
Well, yeah, but we don't know where we are, and we don't even know if this tree is actually a tree. Like, can I do a perception
As
check?
you look back and point at it, you could have sworn its head was in a different position a moment ago.
Oh
what's
god,
this- what's
would
it-
we all notice that?
I'm not 20 though, so what's the position of the head? Like, what was it before? Was it like a staring forward?
It's just a slight turn, ever so slight. I mean, you notice it as well, Frost.
I'll kind of back everyone up, Bron, step away from that.
Hey, let's step away from
Excuse
the
me, tree thing. If you have a name, I would like it, because then we can talk about what's going on here.
Face to face.
We
So-
are face to face.
Frost, like, after seeing the head move, you realize it could be any number of things, but you have read of men that look of trees who would come alive in the woods and tear people to shreds if they threaten them at all. They're attracted to the scent of blood and death.
Well, we know that these types of things do exist, so let's not have a threatening air about it.
What sorts of things exist?
Trees
Man-eating trees?
that eat men, yes.
Well, I think we should be going. Anyways, good afternoon to you, tree friend.
Take care, Mr. Tree. Enjoy your day.
Okay,
Toodles.
Illeria, get away from there. Don't smell it. Don't taste it. Either. That's not
she's
good.
further back, or he's further back than the rest of you. But yeah, so you guys kind of back away from the thing. What's your passive perception? 22?
23.
Oh, 23. So Zach. Oh.
Uh-oh.
So Miss Frost, you hear a crack in the woods behind you, and another crack, and you were kind of thinking, well, it's just the wind and this and that. But the crack you hear
Can I roll
now,
insight check?
you realize is a burst of incredible speed and power. Before anyone else can even realize, you spin around. You see a massive, red-eyed, wolf-like form, larger than a man, almost the size of a dire wolf. It has long, clawed hands and fingers and knotted, greasy flesh. The thing has a predatory look beyond anything a wolf ever could. A vicious intelligence, and as it makes eye contact with you, make a charisma save.
Tree man, help us!
God, tree! Spirits of the forest!
Does anyone have an inspiration dice for me?
Oh, I certainly do, yes. What are you thinking?
What are you doing right now?
I might need it for me, though. So
I need at least a 3.
Sorry, madam.
What are you trying to do right now?
Just charisma save. It's okay. I'll
Oh,
just run in
no.
fear with my
No.
12.
Well, the thing is, I'll follow you. Right?
Bron will use this because you started on me last game.
Thank you, Braun.
6.
That's so lovely. That's an
18.
18 now.
Alright, so the thing does terrify you, but you had a high enough passive perception that you'll be able to act. You see the thing is like rips through the trees and it's bounding towards Illiria's back.
And I will just, Illeria, defend yourself with your sword in hand. Something charges you quickly.
Well, roll initiative.
Oh no.
You're just in the surprise round.
Oh,
Area,
doesn't
missed
mean
your
you're-
game.
Oh, wait, am I in
missed
the
ya,
surprise?
I don't think we're in the surprise.
You have to roll initiative to
It's
do
just-
something. You cannot act.
Werewolf in here.
1, 2,
Sure.
3,
I'm 18. Oh, so it's a 10.
10. Okay, so
Werewolf.
Alright, looks like we're getting into
what
a
is
bit of a
Illiria's
mashup.
AC? It doesn't matter with that roll.
Ooh.
No.
That's not something you want to hear. I think
Or
it's like
it
15
was-
or something. Something average.
Or it was. A
Alright,
roll
so and then strength check.
I'm not that optimistic.
Alright, so
No, me neither.
this thing bounced forward, smashes into Illeria. How many hit points did he have?
Like
Not
8.
much, yeah. Not much.
Oh shit, yeah. So smashes into Illeria, gets flung onto the road, and as it does, it does look back at you guys, but when it realizes it's pushed its prey out of the pack, continues bounding full speed. With its mouth, it reaches down and picks her up or him up. God.
Guess it won't matter soon enough.
Yeah, picks him
Oh,
up
no.
and begins bounding down the road at full speed. This thing has the gallop of a horse.
Away from us?
Yeah, it bursts into the mist and is gone, but you can still hear it running through the thinner mist and
Forgive for having
towards the
strep
town.
I will full out sprint after it.
Okay,
So
so
is it going towards the town?
it is going towards the town.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna chase this sucker down.
Okay, if it
So
was
I
going
didn't get a
towards the
surprise
fog, I would
round
have
action. My
tackled
surprise round
dirt
action
in.
didn't work. Damn it.
Yeah.
I noticed
Well,
it.
Well, I mean,
athletics
you
check,
could run
right?
first if you wanted.
I couldn't say anything to Illeria to defend himself. Would it mattered?
You were in the surprise round. You didn't act first.
19.
Oh,
no.
Shot the-
I'll just be running, I
Yeah.
guess.
19 for my athletics check to.
Chasing after them, I guess.
Yeah, I'll try to, I guess.
Okay.
Damn it to throw caution.
Athletics? Fuck. A nice average 10.
Alright.
Fuck, I don't know, because Brown
I'm
was
running.
last time.
Very basically.
But he is running towards town instead of towards the fog.
Just roll your big oaf.
I'm kind of out of breath
deciding if I
already.
want to roll to stop you or to run after it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I'm making a foolhardy move. You're supposed to be reeling me back in from these things. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna tackle my brother.
Okay.
Because
Roll
even if he,
initiative, guys.
Oh no.
These two?
Yeah, just those two.
What'd you get?
Unless someone else
12.
wants to.
I've got
react,
19.
I guess.
Alright, sorry, 18.
I'm going to help
definitely
Jason.
faster than I am.
I'm going to help Jason try to restrain him. We need to save the people we have.
I juke.
You're
I
just
juke,
gonna let this thing take him? You know he's gonna die if you let him take him.
I juke out of the way of Brom.
Yeah, but brothers before, not brothers.
Well, it doesn't matter because you can't touch me. You can't see me.
Yeah.
I'm running
As
at
soon
a
as
very old man pace.
my brother
after, like down the
jumps
road.
out of my grasp, I'm gonna follow suit
What
behind
about
him.
pursue Illeria, of course. She's our friend.
Well, I'm doing it full
Dear
out.
friend.
Alright, so you guys begin sprinting and sprinting and sprinting and sprinting. You eventually all catch up to Dermot, who's lost his breath in front of
Even with the
a.
Constitution save, I wouldn't have lost my breath.
He's lost his breath in front of a hole that's smashed through the brush. Seems to lead off into the woods. The mist isn't super thick. Can't see a little bit. And it looks like it was broken open earlier than this. So this could very easily be
Like a den.
kind of like an entrance or exit that this thing uses. A pathway system through the woods.
Anyone got some rope?
I do.
Here's the plan. I'm going to bound in here.
Bron has rope, and I grab you. Not very well. You dip out of that super
What'd you get?
get? 6.
Me too.
Cool. So we're like struggling, like, you're not. Bron says no, and I'm like trying to pull him towards the town and away from the hole.
Look, we have to save him, Bron. Listen, you big, strong bastard. This is our friend. We can't just abandon him because we feel like it.
I agree.
Bron heard next snap. It's fine.
Inside,
far too
inside
late.
to
What do you think? Are you two gonna let your oldest compatriot, other than
No.
yourselves,
No.
be torn off by some monster that you guys
No.
claim to fight?
No,
Absolutely
we
not.
are trying to pursue this thing. Boys, into the hole. He is our friend. Pursue this thing. There is no time to waste.
Right, no, here's the thing. Like I said, we'll put a rope around my waist because this fog is completely unpredictable. I have no idea what it's like. So I'll go in, run on the other side of the rope with you helping him, and maybe Cross can come with me as well. For protection.
I think we all need to go together.
We don't have time for all this. I just walk into the
Into
thicket.
the
Yeah.
Alright, fine.
Boys, are you going to let them go alone?
Sword out, produce flame on, walking in.
That's cool.
Okay.
It's cool that you think you do that.
And I'm
I'm
in
hugging you.
between. I'm in between Dermot and Braun. I'm going to pull him in along behind me.
Yeah. Braun, way.
I'm gonna-
Way.
I know it probably won't matter, but I'm gonna like cast a light on the top of my staff and kind of like guide the way.
It's a bit.
I guess it's probably not gonna do too much in the fog, but
He's probably gonna have like perfect
it does
vision and
pretty
smell anyway.
decently.
Yeah.
As the light begins to dim, as it's getting later in the day, you are realizing that it's getting closer to just being dim light everywhere.
yeah.
Or sorry, almost darkness everywhere. It's dim light currently. So
Yeah.
as you guys start moving into this thatched, or this thicket of brush, you see a trace of blood here and there. You
He's
find Illeria's backpack laying on the ground.
I'll pick that up.
Okay.
We're all like, mine!
Sweet, look at all the new loot.
We'll hold it for him, of course.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Look
All
at his
right.
ragged body.
So Cross, looking for your old companion, you continue through these woods. You eventually get to it weaves and meanders here and there. You have to climb up over this large shelf of shale-like rock. And when you come up to the top, underneath a giant looming tree in the center of a clearing, you see blood everywhere of all sorts of age. So some of it is fairly fresh, some of it is not at all. There are bones strewn about everywhere. The clearing itself is about 50 or 60 feet across at its widest, but you can't see the far end. But yeah, underneath the tree, you see Illeria's bow soaked in blood on the ground.
Perception
Okay.
check or investigation.
Braun. As Braun
You can investigate.
As Braun comes to see this, he
20.
goes, Braun is sad to say, but evidence, yes, you do like evidence.
I'll be
Evidence
the
says death, and if we follow death, more death.
I'll be the judge of that, and I rolled a 20 for my investigation. And what do I see from the
Anyone
blood?
else gonna investigate?
Yeah, I'll help out with it.
I'm just gonna
Oh.
keep. Apparently, my perception's on point. I'm just gonna be looking around for anything to hop out at me so I can jab it with the sword. And
So 11. I don't help you out very much.
Oh, I have 15. 20, sorry.
Okay.
Investigate.
well, that's a 5 perception. So I just stare.
And Braun's gonna look at the hole that we just came from to make sure nothing had like a little side hole to hide in, because it knew that 5 other creatures were loudly bounding towards them with light.
Okay.
Good thinking, bro.
And since everyone else is looking that way anyway, 15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can indeed see movement in the hole behind you. You're not sure what it is, and when you kind of like poke your head in, oh, you don't have a light source.
He's got me.
Yeah, you're looking around.
Well, he's
the
holding a
clearing,
light.
Grabs him like a
and
flashlight.
they're searching the clearing, right? They're not going to be within 30 feet.
Well,
of you
they're
right now.
are they like just trying to like eyeball it, or are they like going through and looking?
Eyeballing would just be passive. They're actively searching.
You could not yet.
So yeah, you do see some movement, but as soon as you kind of move to investigate, it stops moving.
Mm-hmm. You would be the closest because you rolled like
Yeah,
dicks.
I just walked in and looked around. Basically.
Braun will go, Durden.
Durden.
Or
Dermot.
oh, Dermot. Sorry, I'm thinking my other character. My bad. Dermot, we are being followed. And I'm like poking my head in and like.
So the produce flame acts as a light source as well, so it's not just a thing I shoot at people like a jerk.
Yeah.
It's not a big radius.
Although it is mostly
It's
that.
not a huge radius. It's only 10 feet, but I will move it. I'll kind of grab.
As he's like bringing the light in, I'm gonna ready an attack
And like
in case something jumps out as soon as the light hits it.
I'm going to have like a high guard to like sword up, so if something jumps out, I might get a jab at it before it like murders me.
Okay.
So yeah, it's very much so like this, sort of like, what is going on here?
So you approach, shine your flame into the hole, and you see 4 of those humanoid creatures. Or the human trees blocking the path completely. They
hate you
stop
guys.
as if they had been moving towards you, crawling through the hole behind you.
Excuse me, Xavier.
What?
I think we have some friends here. Do you
Frost.
remember the friend we saw on the side of the road there, the tree?
Yes, yeah.
Well, he's got 4 more friends, or 3 more friends, that are currently on the way to our section right now. So,
So yeah, I bound over.
Um,
Are they they're not moving when we are looking at them?
No, they're perfectly still as if they just froze the second they were perceived.
They're like booze from Mario.
or weeping angels. Weeping angels are a lot more scary.
yeah, wait.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Dr. Boo, yeah.
Yeah.
I never liked the Weeping Angels, though.
It's just something.
Creeping trees are not creepy, I think.
So what is like Surefrost just?
Sure
I'm
Frost is
investigating.
like
Investigate
investigating
the hell
the
out of
area.
this.
So,
Alright,
Okay.
up with that.
so you see them scurry over. What the hell? What the hell? And you're just like, ah, bah. I need to
No, I
find
don't say
out."
that. I see them scurry over, and I'm going to keep investigating, but I'm going to keep close as I can to them,
Yeah.
knowing I'm a little.
You're within line of sight for sure. Yeah. You're just kind of
So
looking
is
around the
Illeria.
bottom of the tree. So Illeria's bow is there. Also is a scroll case that you recognize that used to hang from his side. And there are large footprints. There's a recent scratch from 4 claws that have scored the wood. And you see a shoulder on the far side of the tree of someone who is slumped and sitting flat against it.
Holy shit!
I'll keep an eye on this, Braun. Go help the. Go help Nan.
I just like slowly like walk off and then
Ross, keep your
Run his-
staff. Whatever you do
run
it
over
well.
to Surefrost.
Okay.
Yes.
You run over. She's just kind of sitting there, staring at the bow in the case.
I think there's someone on the other side of this tree, slumped over, maybe not well, or perhaps playing decoy. Can I do insight to see if they're alive or playing dead or something?
Or if
Roll
it's
away.
Illeria.
Or if it's Illeria. It's an 18.
18. You're just like sitting there breathing through your mouth, and then you take a deep breath through your nose. The recognizable scent of rotting meat hits your nose. This person's dead, and they have been for a little while. Not long enough to be Illeria, but whoever it is definitely dead.
It smells like death on the other side of this tree. Is there any way I could do I have a mirror that I could...
Braun walks around the tree.
Okay, you walk around the tree. As you do so, you see the corpse of Dermid sitting against the tree.
Aiden, you mean?
No.
It's me.
Yep. No flame in his hair, rotted flesh. His eyes have been eaten out by some kind of strange creature. You look back up in fear at him. You see him standing there with his light exactly where he should be. Roll a charisma check.
Oh, it's getting spooky. now.
Charisma save,
Fail.
sorry.
13.
13?
Yeah.
Alright,
It's
so you are incredibly spooked. It's got everything. It's got his sword, like everything but his weapons and armor and things like that. It's got his clothing on, has the same gold pouch you gave him for his 16th birthday. You can see the stitching you did on it, exactly in your hand, but yet the pouch still rests
Crazy shit.
on his side.
Can I have an Arcana check?
Are you coming around?
Yes.
Alright, so you see the corpse of a man. He looks like, well, he's a nationality you haven't actually seen before, But he's got a large nose, and he's got quite a grizzly beard kind of thing going on, and he appears to have been dead for some time, and he's staring up in horror. Something obviously has torn his chest open and ripped him apart. You don't recognize him, though.
Who was this poor soul?
You say that as you start ruffling through his stuff.
I'm 23.
Yeah, well, this is all for...
I was gonna say that Braun grabs the body before anything and runs back to these two.
So you're just going to grab this body, pick it up, and carry it over to them?
Oh yeah, I think it's like I'm completely mad with like
Completely vexed with
Roll a strength check.
okay. Oh, not that great. 9.
What is wrong with you?
Okay, so you grab onto the flesh, and luckily you do not do it too strongly. The skin on the edge of the thing, so you like kind of grab onto it, and its skin just slips off of the flesh. So the two of you are close to it. Both of you need to roll a charisma save. Oh no, a con save, sorry.
Con save.
Oh, for the stench.
10.
17.
Alright.
17. Okay, so Miss Surefrost, as soon as you're about to search him gently, knowing that a decomposing body is not something you want to disturb lightly, and he just kind of Braun pushes you out of the way, and you see the shoulders of this thing slip straight off, and like slime from
so
underneath
gross.
it that's rotten just sprays on you a little bit. You turn around and immediately start just vomiting profusely. You are poisoned, temporarily poisoned, quote unquote.
You stupid fool! What did you do? You never do that to him!
And I'm still
poison though!
confused, right?
Poison.
You do why are you grabbing him so?
But I'm still like
Do you
confused,
know him?
right?
So yeah, it slips off. It still looks like Braun, but you're like
Or
quite sickened,
Dermot.
Dermot, and you back off.
Braun just tried to save brother. Braun, no.
Your brother is
And I'm
He's
I'm
over
gonna say
there!
at this point, role playing wise, I'm now walking backwards in confusion with my back towards this side that we haven't searched yet.
Okay.
Because that's
Don't move, it's no one. What do you mean your brother? Your brother's right over there, safe. This is some strange...
What do you say, Dermot? You're like 30 feet away.
Yeah,
I
how
can hear this
like
over
we
here.
just
Yeah.
we just see this?
Yeah, you're
Oh, okay.
right on the
No,
other
it's
side of the
fine.
tree, saying that Dermot's right there.
No, I'm over here, bro.
Braun, Dermot's right here.
Don't worry.
insight
Wait.
check.
Insight, roll away.
I don't believe 9.
9?
Yeah.
Can I do a perception as to what the thing is?
You're far away.
You can see that
Oh, okay.
some kind of body is slumped out from behind. It doesn't look like Dermot, though.
Oh, okay.
He's wearing commoner's clothes. He doesn't have the build. He doesn't have the size. Couldn't possibly be Dermot.
Braun, what you're seeing is not your brother.
It might be an illusion, brother. Just get away from it.
Yeah.
Can I make another save with that, or
Gurgle guts.
am I still...
So you got a 9? You
Yeah.
think you've gone mad. That's what you're certain of. Like, you look at Dermot, look back, keep walking back, looking back and forth.
Mhm.
This madness seems too familiar, too close to your old home. It's not good. You feel as if the ghosts of your past have followed you here.
Perception?
The ghosts of Braun's past.
Perception for another hole in the forest to sneak through again? Or to run through?
Yeah, sure.
No.
Well, I'm mad, right? Oh, good. I rolled low again. Sometimes it helps.
What did you get?
8.
Persuasion.
8?
Yes.
Okay.
Roll against.
As you continue to step
What dice
back,
is
you
this?
trip, fall on the ground, and you see that there's a sword on the ground. It's familiar. Illeria's. So you see him walk back, he trips.
I'm keeping my eyes on these trees the whole time.
Yeah.
So I'm just listening. So
So you know your brother's freaking out, and he's somehow found your corpse.
right, you got this. You got this cross. Can you keep an eye on these things?
Oh, yes, I guess.
Alright, if anything happens or moves, just run our way, I guess.
Sure.
Carefully. And I hustle over. I pick up Illeria's bow and stuff and kind of put it in it's like a quickly
Yeah, just grab the bow, grab the
kind of run
sword.
by and I run and I just put my hand on Ron's chest as he's kind of freaking out. I'm like, look at me, I'm here, I'm alive, don't worry. I don't even look at the corpse. I'm here, man. Just settle down.
Do I see him or?
The corpse is still Dermot.
So I'm looking from the ground. Him.
Yeah,
Corpse. Him.
back
corpse.
and forth. It's him. The hair's gone. It's him. It's your brother, man. Like you
Uh,
wouldn't make that kind
Can I
of a
roll a
mistake.
pukey at
I'm gonna.
Arcana check?
You kind of like get over your puking, and
thank
continue.
God.
And as you continue searching through it, oh no, I'll say before he grabbed it, you grabbed a scroll out of his pocket, the pocket of this man's coat. So although you've been puking, you do have that on you.
So can I read it?
Yeah, so you open it up.
you guys have
I'll actually print this off for you guys next time so you can get it again.
Okay.
But it says,
No, this is
"Hail." Oh no, that's not what I need. Version 1. No, I need this one. I do need this one. Hail thee of might and valor. I, the burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Koliana, has been these. Oh, here, I'll give it to you. Actually, you're reading it.
Okay, let me read this.
Yes, this one.
That one up there.
It is cursive, so it's. The cursive.
I, the burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irene Loliana, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. How my dear Irina languishes and dies, and lies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power, that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves, and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we are all defeated or departed for a better life. Roljan Indiranovich. Roljan Indiranovich, burgomaster.
Yeah, I can. Like, there's a better spot. His name's actually printed.
Ooh, that is a tricky one.
yeah.
Sorry, hold on. The burgomaster
Alright,
is.
I'm going to.
Can I roll a history check?
Yes, you can.
21.
21. So
Would I have known who this man was? Would I have known anything?
no, there's no way you could possibly know who this man was. However, you have heard this language or this dialect of common spoken far to the north. This is undoubtedly Barovia. Whoever wrote this had a much greater and finer hand than any Barovian ever could have, because they were quite poor. It was kind of a desolate, very it was a very beautiful but very isolated area where they didn't have much magic, they didn't have much civilizations. As far as you remember, really only the castle should have been here. Maybe a town, maybe, to support the castle. But yeah, like it doesn't seem like they would have this kind of advanced dialect, and it seems to have evolved over the several hundred years. It's like no type of common you've quite seen. It's recognizable, obviously, but I mean, you've dealt with different dialects all over the place in your travels. But yeah, like it's a completely new language. So any information you may have had of Barovia in the past could be quite unreliable in this place.
Interesting.
The only people who would probably know would be locals. This man was killed quite recently, probably within the last couple of days. So if he's the burgomaster of the village of Barovia, either the village is ahead of you or it must be somewhere else in the Vale. Alright, so Cross is watching the sticks. And you hear you first. A thump.
Where?
Heavy-handed footsteps coming from behind Braun and Dermot as they speak to each other. He's trying to calm his brother, and they don't appear to hear
Braun,
it.
if you care to collect yourself just for the moment, there seems to be a very large creature approaching us, Mr. Twitches.
So yeah, roll a charisma check.
Can I give him?
Me? For him, yeah.
You can give him advantage because you're right there. Yeah,
Nice.
15.
Sure.
I rolled a 19, so use your.
Oh yeah, you're good. All right, so
18.
No, use his charisma.
you hear a footfall, and the safety of your brother returns to your mind. Even if you're mad, he's speaking to you, and the others are addressing it. You have to assume this is reality. You have to abandon the idea that you've gone mad, if only to save your brother. So, yeah, you spring to your feet kind of a thing, so you're no longer prone. And as you do, you look over and see a silhouette kind of rip through the trees, and it walks. It's kind of skirting the edge of the clearing. It's not coming straight towards you. But the thing stands almost 9 feet tall. And as it gets closer to Dermot's light and his hair, which actually has a brighter light radius than his flame, Dermot, you realize you cannot see the silhouette. Nor can you, Braun. No silhouette. It's dark here. Really dark. But that's never bothered you before, not since the accident. Neither of you have ever experienced not seeing in the dark. So beyond the lit vision of color, there should be grays and shades and colors that your sensitive eye should pick up. But all you see is darkness. You're a half-elf as well? So yeah, your dark vision is gone as well, Cross, but you're locked eyes with the twigs you don't notice. So you two need to take charisma saves.
Nat 20.
I rolled a 17, but plus 3 would be
Braun,
20.
20?
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good. So you guys kind of look over at each other and look at Surefrost. Cross, you kind of just hear from Dermot. He just says, "Our dark vision's gone." And you kind of, without looking away, are able to realize that, oh my god, that's one of my greatest advantages. Because you're so unrecognizably elven, right? That you've always like held it over people, that you have incredibly good senses and things like that. You've taken great pride in it, but then you realize you should be able to see quite a bit further down. It's not the mist that's blocking your eyes. It's the darkness. Roll a charisma check as well.
To see if we're afraid of the dark.
9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay, so you begin, like, you see, well, you guys don't see anything, but Cross, you are filled with dread. You're in a place of darkness and evil. And you walked in here thinking that all darkness can just be seen through. So nothing more than 60 feet from me can get to me.
Yeah.
But the realization that you can't see into the darkness right next to you, into the shadows of your glowing staff. Something could be right next to you, and your entire perception changes. You've relied on it so heavily your whole life. It's like losing your vision entirely. So you are kind of paralyzed for a round. You're still staring at these things, but you are going to be frightened. But yeah, the silhouette seems to turn towards you. So you help Braun up, and the thing starts walking in your direction, slowly still, almost non-threatening, far too calm for a creature like this to approach you. And as you see it part from the darkness, As it enters the light of Dermot's hair, you see the massive wolf-like creature, and in its hand, it holds the head of Illeria. The body is like dragging on the ground behind. But it appears to like have it's paying no attention almost to it at all. Mm-hmm. And then it casts the body aside when it sees you. So it casts Illeria into the trees. Okay, we're good. And still hasn't taken a single wound after getting taken down, so not even bleeding out yet. Awesome. You do see Illeria fly into the trees. He's seen breathing. You didn't see any brutal wounds, but you know he has quite a few. Give her
15.
15. Yeah, no, you saw him breathing. Your perception would be high enough without a medicine check. He's not extremely wounded. You think it would be superficial wounds. You think, well, he's definitely bloodied and unconscious. But you think, like, I don't know, like you could bandage him up and he wouldn't be too fine so long as he doesn't get hurt too much.
Do I see what he is?
He was thrown? Yeah, he's thrown into the trees and the thing looks back at you. And it looks down at Cross, and you see its eyes keep just twitch down to your charlatan's necklace. Yeah. And it just seems focused on it. The thing lowers itself down and like starts staring, just continues to stare at it as it stops there.
How far away is this thing?
Not more than 20 feet from you.
Holy
This thing's the size of a horse too. It's massive.
Oh my slowly pick up Braun. And I think you're gonna need your hammer.
Yeah. So
do we have any silver?
I'd say at this time I'm already on my feet, going like fuck.
I have a pack. I have Illiria's pack. Does he have any silver in there I can rummage for? Sorry.
Braun,
nothing you could use against.
He's a werewolf specialist.
Yeah.
Braun is going to
got a sword.
Say.
So I'll pick up.
Braun's
his sword.
going to. Braun, sorry that group traversed into your area, Mr. Wolf. Me and friends know of what means to be monster. We want just to take our friend and leave.
Alright, so like I'll say you say that and one of your feet kind of steps slightly forward because you're just like shifting your weight. The thing immediately looks up at you with roll an insight check actually.
8.
8? Alright, the thing looks up at you. It's got the intelligence you would expect of man's best friend, the dog. Far too intelligent. You know how there's emotion in a dog's face, but a werewolf is always a thing of horror. Mm-hmm. The look this thing gives you is not horror, but recognition, teetering on confusion. It then looks back to the charlatan's necklace and continues looking at it.
Maybe Mr. Cross is fascinated by your necklace.
Right, I wouldn't call them it. It's not a good idea. What that is...
It's a werewolf.
Well, there must be some sort of cognitive mind behind his whole being.
Do you think it wants the necklace?
No, I don't think... You want the necklace, but it's not a good idea.
Alright, so you guys continue talking. It snaps its head back and forth as you're talking and then lets out a deep, guttural growl. Everyone take a charisma save. Not you, Cross. You failed.
Oh no.
I failed.
I'm already scared.
You failed? Alright, so you're frightened as well. Ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws.
I failed.
Okay, so you two are terrified. You're good, though? What did you roll?
Failed. I rolled.
We all failed.
Oh, so you guys all start kind of like stepping back from this thing.
Whoa.
Lets out this huge guttural howl that slowly turns into the scream of a man. As you can see its bones breaking and it collapses to the ground. Seems to have lost the use of its leg. Its right arm then falls dead beside it. And the voice continues to scream. So it is trying to drag its way towards you presently, Mr. Cross. It's moving quite slowly, but it's kind of trying to get around them to get at you as it's screaming and its bones are almost impacting. It almost looks like the thing's crushing down into something smaller.
I think he's transforming back to whatever it was. Looks like. Should we protect him?
Are you guys gonna risk that? It's like this thing could be about to explode into a death charge of some kind and transform into something else.
A
Bronze-
very like.
Who knows?
friendly-
You have no idea
Ron's
what
going
this thing is doing.
for Illeria.
You're going for Illeria?
Yeah, well, if everyone has the focus on the werewolf, and the werewolf has focus on him, and Illeria is still alive, I'm gonna go grab Illeria.
Okay, you can't see Illyria now. He's been thrown into the woods, but you could crawl in there.
Yeah, that's probably Braun's thing.
Okay, so you start crawling inside.
And I'm frightened, so I can't move towards the werewolf anyway.
No, you can't, and it's actually proceeding around in that direction. So you
I thought it
need
was-
to roll initiative.
Can he throw it the other way?
Well,
away
that's
from
the
the
thing. He threw it. It was in his right hand. He threw it to his right. Threw Illeria to his right. He fell, and now he's dragging himself, trying to get around you, and then the tree, and then Cross is behind all of that. But it's like it locked eyes on him from the other side of the clearing. You can obviously see quite a bit further than you can with accuracy.
Dermot, catch. No.
And then I can wait for it to get past that point, and then I can go.
Make a wisdom save, everybody, or a wisdom check.
18?
11.
14.
I need new dice.
Okay, so 18, Dermot. This thing
Not
is
too
in
hot.
extreme anguish. This thing is injured as it's changing, and it does want Cross. You do see a hatred deep inside that wasn't readily apparent to you at first. But as you panic, your brain kind of shuts off its normal cocky stance, and you realize this thing is hurt and it's scared, and it's trying to reach, like it's trying to crawl towards Cross for some kind of safety.
And I'll call out Cross. Be calm with it. Keep your eye on the thing. But when it comes down back to
His
its
back is turned, man.
Yeah.
You can just hear this thing coming, and he's locked eyes with these
I'm
blights.
just gonna be like, listen, stay calm. It's in pain. It's not gonna hurt you. It's coming. I think it's afraid of Bron and I.
Or it's looking for some
No,
help
no.
you can offer it.
Listen,
Perhaps.
just relax. Okay, when it comes to you, just talk very slowly, like you did with Bron and I when we first met.
Okay, as he explains this to you, you can hear this thing moving.
Yeah.
And the scream keeps changing closer and closer to a man's. Do you want to glance at it?
Do not glance.
How far away
I think
are
that would be
they?
like an insight.
You would have to
check.
do an insight check to guess at that, or a
Oh,
perception, I would think.
Okay, so I'm still gonna be in, like, just focusing on the tree people.
Okay, keep in mind, you're the only one who noticed what it was looking at. Sure, Frost.
Oh, I said it.
Oh, you did say it. Okay.
Okay,
So,
I'm just gonna call out, "What do you want, man, friend?"
as the roar kind of subsides, you guys can see this thing's legs have shrunk to about the size of a normal wolf's. And its upper body is still quite a bit larger than a man, but not quite. And it turns its head towards you as all the hair seems to fall off, and there's recognition from you as well. You see Gaydon's eyes stare back at you, and his voice calls out to Cross. Kill me, you fucking coward! Do one thing right! He's gonna try to hold himself here. Okay, so after that, it begins transforming again. You hear the call, "Kill me! Turn and face me!" And the wolf-like roar returns. Instantly, Dermot, you see its, all of you see its bones snap into position, and it hits the ground and gets up in almost a split second. Braun, you're heading towards Illeria, so you're going to want to beat its initiative. Oh! Yeah, you're going to have to beat its initiative. It's going to try and get out that way.
You're not rolling well.
No, I never do.
Really?
This side of the room is kind of.
6.
on Saturday.
Oh, you guys, yeah,
Legendary
cannot
twice.
move.
Do legendary
towards
field
it.
twice?
No,
Yeah.
like
Uh,
succeeded.
But it's
Well,
moving
oh.
towards you,
Right,
so
I
like,
thought it was
it had thrown it off to the right. So as it moves this way, you were moving this way, trying to get to Illeria, and you're half sure it's going for Illeria, pretty sure it might be going for Cross. But the more you think about it, and the more it changes, you think it might be going for you.
Hey.
Can I do insight?
What was your initiative?
Can I pick up
6.
Illiria's sword?
6. Okay. So
To
it
you,
cracks back
someone?
and it bounds for you. You're in between it and Illeria, but it does bound for you.
My job. Oh dear.
Take a
doing
good
my job.
attack.
God damn it.
Ew. Cool.
Cool.
Cool. 17. What is do a strength saving throw.
Oh God. For the love of God.
So your armor's 18, right?
21.
Nice.
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 But not nice
So
enough.
it flies at Bronze, smashes him out of the way. You're just flung. You hit a bunch of the thickets, and the thing leaps into the trees, grabs onto Illeria, throws him over his shoulder, and then smashes through the trees back in the direction of the road and town.
No one wanted to throw an inspiration on that.
It seems like whatever
he's-
this thing
he's
is
got it.
has been heading towards the town. Without Illeria, you don't have intimate familiarity with werewolves. However, you do know Cross, after your years and years, as well as you, Mr. Frost, that this thing is going to try to get to the most heavily populated area and is going to try to devour and infect as many people as humanly possible in the small amount of time as it can. The state of this man being out here, no sheath, no weapons of any kind, not even a bow, not a dagger to speak of. There are commoners probably nearby in the town, and they will be completely defenseless against this creature. It is moving through the woods. Its strength check is quite high, and its movement is quite fast, but it doesn't seem to have been taking the road. So if you guys can get back to the road, there's a chance you might be able to beat it to town. But how accurate that chance is depends on the topography, depends on how crooked the road is, depends on how strong this thing maintains itself and how deeply it can go. Illeria can also take wounds from this process, as she's dragged, you would assume.
On his shoulder.
But
On his shoulder.
yeah, but if it smashes into trees, you're not sure how aware this thing is of the fragile state of a human. This could be a corpse to it for all it cares, and it might not even care if the corpse survives. You could do an insight check, but yeah.
And then I roll 2.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna look down.
What'd you get?
10.
10? You do know Galen's most intimate rival. You'd probably be on an advantage check to have insight into Galen's actions as a werewolf, I would think.
Yeah.
Galen, sorry. You and your Galen Tipperary.
It was Dalen for
Oh, was it?
yeah.
Dalen.
Weird. Yeah, Dalen. I'm just mixing the two of them up. Gaden.
So insight
Do
into
you
what
want
you
to?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, anything your characters are familiar with, you should always be taking insight checks if you can, if you want more information.
You need like. Do you want to just use some?
What's
Just
your total?
insight?
They were
Yeah.
microwave.
It's like... Oh, my bad. Still, like, not very good. Like 15. With
15?
advantage.
Okay, so for a 15, you just realize absolutely, like, if Gaden has any control at all of this thing, he will do anything possible to save anyone. For all you know, he can't control his form, but he may just be trying to get Illeria back to safety. I mean, it would be
Back to
impossible to tell without seeing how it's moving now, but the thing's definitely gone. You can't hear it.
Okay. And these
Trees are still there.
the trees haven't moved or anything.
Oh, absolutely not. You're still, like, completely locked.
I
think we should try to negotiate passage of the trees or
Right,
something.
negotiating. I don't think there's negotiating. I think we should just walk by.
And keep. Oh, what was your lower roll actually?
Oh, a 3.
A 3.
So
you're frightened, so
Yeah.
your ability checks are a disadvantage. So you see, yeah, you're just like shaking there. You're terrified. Like if he's a werewolf, he ate him already. It's too late. Like you're surprised you even made it this far. Why'd you even come out
Guys,
here?
we
This
are
is a terrible
fucked.
idea.
We're absolutely doomed. Illeria is dead.
From my last jaunt through the woods against a wolf.
So make a wisdom save. Because as it smashes through and you're trying to realize all these things and they're arguing.
God damn it. 8.
Oh, no, charisma save.
Charisma. Oh, that's better.
Still the same dice roll, man.
Nice. 21.
No, it'd be the same
It's the
dice
same
roll, but
dice,
with your
different
charisma.
stat.
So
What?
that 8. Like,
Oh, 8?
8.
Plus-
No.
it's
Well,
the
no.
rolling.
What's the difference between your
Wisdom and your charisma.
saves?
So a 7 plus your charisma, not your wisdom.
Oh,
the save.
damn. 10.
10. All right. It's high enough. Well, so Cross is standing there. You look over quickly, look back to see like the wolf smashing through, knocking Braun aside. You're guessing that Gaydon's obviously going to run off and devour this man.
Yeah.
But as you glance away and glance back, you are point blank, face to face with one of these twig creatures.
Oh, you guys.
So yeah, you guys are talking. You look over.
Can I Arcana check?
I don't think I think be talking
The
just
tree
so
thing?
like
Yeah.
I'm looking to get
You already
away.
Arcana
If anything.
checked it.
Well, is there
We could follow.
any way I can talk to
wolf.
it somehow?
You've never heard of this thing.
Religion check, maybe?
Do you have a book of lore or anything like that on you guys?
That wasn't.
Survival check with a tree? Does that work? Hey, Mr. Tree, are you hungry?
You could try some.
Yeah, he wants
I'll
to.
try a survival check. It's a crit 20, but at what cost?
All right. So these things are trees, right? And they're also intelligent.
And
So
The difference between a tree lighting on fire and a human lighting on fire. What's the difference there?
trees are fuel.
And
We are not as much unless we get going because we have lots of subcutaneous fat.
we also experience pain
Pain,
and
yes.
anguish and torment.
But it also said these things apparently only attack when threatened.
Possibly. They're not sure.
So what are they
Pretty
Usually they're-
aggressive right now.
they attack when they smell blood.
Oh, there's
They're
blood
attracted
fucking
to
everywhere.
So you guys have tracked yourselves through this bloody clearing, and as you realize that, you look down at your feet and look around at all the rest, and you realize if these are blights, if these are blighted trees, you are soaked in the one thing that they desire, which is blood.
I've been rolling on the fucking ground.
Yeah, all of you have quite a bit on you. Dermot went down to his knees. You went down to your knees. Cross is the least covered. But he's now face to face with it.
Can we burn our
So
clothes?
as you like kind of move around it, like
Yeah.
like you
I'm gonna,
realize
like-
its face is right in front of you, but it's slightly offset. Almost as if you were in its target. It was just moving forward blindly. Its eyes are almost angled slightly down towards your feet.
Okay.
There's nothing there though. It's just your bloody feet.
Yeah.
Hey, did anyone take that one spell that
prestidigitation.
that totally cleans clothes?
No.
Nah.
Bet you Illeria has it.
Probably. Thanks, Corey.
Can we burn our shoes real quick?
I don't think fire is the thing to use.
Our
I don't
shoes
know.
are-
I don't. I have no information. here.
Well,
Your clothes, you burn them, and our
You are a
shoes.
bard. What knowledge skills do you have?
I have history.
Braun's like 3 seconds away from starting to smash wood. Just let everyone know.
You can make a check. It would be pretty high though, I think.
Yeah. Alright. It's not high enough.
Really
No.
wish
It's, I
took
rolled a
axe.
3 plus. There would be a 6 total, which is not enough, I think, to figure out creepy tree-eating people.
Not at all.
If you don't feel like burning this thing, we have to do something quickly. This thing is chasing back to town, and yeah, we have to make a move here.
We could follow.
Yeah, you're just horrified, Cross.
Yeah.
Like, this is Gaydon's worst all-time nightmare. You're pretty sure, like, he moved back into those because of the jagged bite on his right shoulder. You've seen him before. He hasn't ever had it. And you just assumed he must have gotten it in between the last encounter you saw him with his shirt off. That could have been 5 years ago. But if he's a werewolf, that could have been 15 minutes ago. That could have healed as you pulled him out of the mist itself. Guilt has overwhelmed you. Yeah.
Back through the hole.
So what else
Leave the
is new?
fucking trees. Let's get the hell out of here. Or burn our clothes and then move, because there's probably more of them in the forest.
I agree. Let's get out of here.
Should we burn our shoes?
I'm not burning my boots for no particular reason.
Well, to save your life, that's a reason.
Well, the thing is, what are we trying to do here? Avoid getting blood on us? Well, then here's the thing.
No, we run to the other clearing, leave our shoes and bloody clothes, light a fire, and then run through the forest.
I'm going to do an insight to see if you're just being like a crazy old lady who's losing her nuts. It's 12.
12? You're assuming not. You trust Nan with everything. She's
Right.
the brains, you're the brawn.
Okay, so
you
how much?
come to accept
How
that
much?
long ago.
How much blood?
I'm brawn.
How much blood are on our clothes? Is it just our boots?
Your boots,
I've got, like,
you're wearing a
knee-highs on.
skirt, right? So like that's gonna be completely, or a dress, that's gonna be covered.
I'm gonna rip off and turn it into a skirt. I'm gonna start ripping right above my knees.
I've got tall boots that come up to my knees.
But you were also on your knees when you bent down to comfort Braun.
Yeah, so
So
I'll have
like
to get rid of
your
my
cut
pants,
off. You'll
your
need some
legs.
cut-offs.
I'll need to get rid of my. No, I've got neat boots that come up to my knees. Stylish
Oh, the
fashion.
boots are up to his knees, aren't they? It's a
So-
shame. You'll need new ones.
They're very fashionable, and I was very fond of them. I used all my gold
Braun
pieces.
thinks this
Oh,
is
no.
a fun conversation. Braun is completely covered in blood. Do you want to set Braun on fire?
He's not completely covered in blood. His clothes
Braun-
are, aren't they?
He was thrown to the ground in a blood-covered clearing. He's rolled through it. He's got it all
Blood
over.
covered? Though I thought someone was older,
like twice.
some was
I've been
Some
on the
is
ground
older,
like
but it's
twice.
still
Doesn't matter.
coagulated,
I'm-
dried blood.
I'm gonna
So
go
he's
through-
got like dried patches and wet
I'm
patches.
going to go through my bag, and I'm going to grab a rag. I'm going to like
And
kind
I'm
of
going to
quickly
help.
take
But it
my-
appears that some creature has been using this area for some time.
Probably that werewolf.
There are bones
No,
and things
probably
like
a
that.
Different werewolf or
Yeah.
something.
So I'm going to basically take off Braun's shirt, use his shirt to basically rob it, get as much blood as possible, and like anything, just try to get as much blood off as possible. And like when I'm done with it, I'll just take it and basically
Throw it by
in-
the
in-
dead man.
into the trees.
No, the dead man.
Into the tree. Ooh.
I don't want to move the dead man.
The dead man is like completely covered in gore and
Yeah, let's
blood.
throw it on him. And
He
he'll
does
attack it.
stink like rotten meat. I mean,
Like he would smell like a bunch of rotten blood. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess I'll just toss it onto that corpse and I'll get you new shit.
nice.
Then I'll kind of do that as well.
Rip
Um,
off my dress above the knees.
I'm
Okay.
also going to take a stick and like with my shirt kind of put it up, like cover my face, and I'm gonna try to like rip open the guts of this man, or like trying to get it out there so there's more of the smell.
Okay,
So maybe
you're gonna have to do your
Con save.
con save, yeah.
Okay,
Um,
long stick, like as long as I can get.
Like you're tearing open a corpse,
Corpse,
like
yeah.
yeah, you're gonna have to still make the same check as if you were just like accidentally doing it.
Well, that's good because I got a high roll of 19.
All right, so you throw up, but it's like one of those pro star. You've had way too much to drink, and you just need to get a little out. Yeah, I'm good. And you just kind of poke at this
Nothing.
thing, tear it open.
Yeah, like
The gore starts getting pretty disgusting. Like it smells horrible.
how's Braun looking?
Braun's looking soaked in blood.
What do we clean him up?
Even
Oh,
if I was
sorry.
cleaning him up with his like.
Roll a dex check. Does someone want to? You were gonna
I wanna help,
him,
yes.
assume? Yeah.
Help me.
I'm like backing
Yeah.
away from these creatures
Yeah.
in fear.
Oh, okay.
Like,
there
I'm
you
gonna
go.
look
Well,
at
I haven't
them, but
taken
I'm like
20
kind
minutes
of
away,
backing
yeah.
back
No, actually, I
into
have
the
a
group.
3.
Okay.
I think I
Because
forgot
I
the order. Sorry.
So
22.
Is it
I
save
just
or
got
just
a
a check?
Check.
Okay, 20.
20.
Okay, so for a 20, you guys clean almost all the blood off of him. His clothes are lying on the ground.
He doesn't mind much.
Yeah, he's pretty much naked.
These are scarecrows.
He's all inside.
Yeah, so
They're
your boots
rags
are still
anyway.
bloodied, but I mean, the majority of the blood is off. You try to wipe what you can off. I mean, are you guys gonna walk
the
around
only-
barefoot in this?
Well, that's
stuff?
what I mean. Like, I'm gonna try and
The
clean my
only-
boots, too.
Yeah,
that
you like clean the
Braun-
tops
boots
and
off,
sides and stuff, but I mean, there is still some
only-
blood on you.
The only thing Braun would have to help this right now would be a flask of ale that he pours on his boots as he's.
Oh, they
exiting
can. They kind of wipe it off, but I mean, there is still some blood on you. But these things will probably be attracted to the torn or open corpse. You would hope.
So is Dr. Cross stopped looking at them, and are they?
No, he's still.
Ooh, he's just backing off slowly.
And are they coming in?
I'm
let's-
gonna quickly try and clean what blood is on Cross as well.
Okay, so as you're walking back,
Mhm.
do a dex check. I mean, there's a slim.
I want to
no.
like break the twig that is this thing's nose.
Oh my god. You guys.
You're the worst.
You've rolled so bad this whole.
I
campaign.
know.
You need cross dice. You need them.
6.
6.
Oh,
Six.
I was expecting something bad. Yeah,
Okay, so you
fail.
trip and fall and
God damn it.
splash, but you keep your eyes on the thing. So you're like totally soaked in blood, holding your staff forward. But they're just on the edge.
Okay.
And so you see like a face and a face. There's now 4 faces that have moved up, and as soon as they touch the light, you see they almost like slow and stop instantly.
Mm-hmm.
No, you've
So
got-
you're just like holding it out, and they're almost inside
So maybe
now.
we
They're
should
coming
get
out of
over
the
there.
hole.
You guys, I need some help over here.
So yeah, like basically what will happen is
Taking too much time.
yeah. So
Just
I'll
run.
kind of run over. He's cleanish now, and when I say run over, I mean like very carefully walk over, help cross up. I'm like, you're gonna have to take your clothing off.
Yeah, if you're going forward, you have no trouble. It's a little slippery, but yeah.
And I go, I've got an idea. It's really no. I've got a great idea. Here's the thing, right? So we'll take your clothes off, put them over there next to the corpse. We'll turn off the light for a brief second, 1 second, and then we'll flick it back on, and then that will have them moved enough into the clearing so we can skirt out around them.
That is a terrible idea.
Well, let's do it. What? Oh, my head. Well, we could put a bag over it.
You've heard that before, haven't you?
Inspiration.
In my
Buzzinga.
almost in my I felt that
Braun
one a little
says,
bit.
you take off clothes, you put it on one of 3 men, the other 3 men rip that
We're
3
not
man
taking
apart.
any clothes off. Let's just go.
No. You're going to take your clothes off because
These things are going to eat you, Dr. Cross!
Have they moved at all?
Did you just see them coming through the little opening?
We
There's
will-
4 of them now!
Keep in mind, if he moves any further back, like inches, these things are gonna get out into the darkness around you.
Well, there's no...
my head too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so you. Oh yeah, I guess you did approach him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your head's only 10 feet though on your flame.
Well, the produced flame is 5 or 10 feet. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, the head's 30 feet.
No, the head's the same.
Well,
it's not
just-
torchlight.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
not exactly.
Yeah, it's like a dim bluish flame, right?
Okay, well then here's the thing. I'll stand where we want.
It's like a torch. You'd be able to see that for miles, man. Like you'd have no stealth at all.
Okay, so I'm going to stand like real close. I'd say within 10 feet of the of.
No, yeah, it would be like a torch though. Well, no, I'll say it's dimmer.
It's like a bluish light, right? Like it's,
Well,
Yeah.
let's just do the
Yeah.
whole, like, we cross our arms together, so we're all looking in each direction, and we slowly walk out of the forest.
I don't even want to brush past one of these things.
You guys aren't gonna be able to move through the thick forest like that at all. All of you couldn't even fit through the tunnel that way.
That's what I'm saying. We draw them out, we turn off the light, and we'll put something over my head, quickly put it back on, and then have them basically come in. But at that point, there should be a clear enough walkway through, and then we just link out.
Just shimmy past.
We need to save some time. If we're going to save time, this is our chance.
Braun says, no, just shimmy past. Braun, just shimmy. No fucking
Braun,
elaborate plan.
don't be plans on
No
your
plan.
strong suit. Now just hold on there, bloody boy.
Yeah.
He's clean now.
You're gonna
He's got no
go
blood on.
anyways? I mean,
Yeah, I'm
roll a
going.
persuasion check against your insight.
Do we have to roll against each other?
He's not listening to you, so yes.
Alrighty. Oh well, that's not good enough. I got a 12. No, sorry, 11.
And as I'm going, I go, Braun, shimmy past. Braun, look at things. Then next person shimmy past until everyone is gone. We keep eye contact. We walk backwards, and then they can go forward if they want.
They're blocking the entrance. How are you going to squeeze through and they're blocking a small
Are they
tunnel?
completely blocking the entrance?
Not completely. They're not quite as tall as any of you. They'd probably come up to the tallest one's probably as tall as your shoulder, but it's like quite a thin sapling. But yeah, not completely. I mean, you could push through if it was just trees.
But what's to say they're not aggressive, and pushing on one would be aggression.
Yes,
Enough to trigger it into a whole massacre of us. Anyways, I think we should just give it a try, and then if we're in a worse position, then we'll just shimmy around, because I feel like that is not a good idea.
I agree with him. Running through doesn't seem to be the best possibility. We have bloody clothes and...
And again, to Crossico, take off your clothing. It's not a joke.
Do it.
Do you know how much these ropes
It
cost?
doesn't matter right now.
You got
Don't- how much is
2
your-
minutes to like
Yeah.
come to a decision, or else Braun is going through.
Yep.
Let's just run through.
I've rolled 6 times for the werewolf's progress so far.
Alright,
by the
fine.
way. And he's not doing poorly either.
Okay, so here's
is.
here's the deal. Alright, enough with the... If you want to get mauled, then get mauled. I'm not gonna... And then I'll kind of walk towards one of the trees. I'll kind of keep the fire closer to me, because I'm like, I don't want to go, oh, I'm going to light you on fire. It's going to be very much like, this is my fire, don't touch me. And I'll link arms with Braun, so I can keep my eyes on the front, and he can keep the eyes on my back.
But the thing is, he's not the one in question now. It's probably...
Well, it doesn't matter.
cross,
If he doesn't
yeah,
want to take
it
off his
doesn't
clothes,
matter.
he's not going to, so I'm going to slowly start meandering through these trees.
You're probably going to need a hand up to keep your eyes on these
So
things.
I'll help him up, and I'll instruct him, take off your clothes.
I'm totally
Unless
ripping
you're
it off with the moving when you're not looking.
Lest
Fine,
you're
I
ashamed.
Toss
For sure.
my cloak.
Alright, so like you guys are all staring at it now. Derm's watching.
Yeah,
it,
well, I'm
obviously.
walking towards
You
it.
tear off all your clothes. You guys get yourselves ready. The things look stationary.
Cool, very
Not
cool.
moving.
Are we able to
Braun
shimmy through them?
pokes one gently.
You could try.
Braun pokes one gently.
I'm supposed to be the ridiculous
For all you
one.
know, as soon as you turn off the light, you're all just
Yeah,
gonna
but I'm
die.
the tank.
Party
I'm the one
kill.
protecting you. I'm the one going first.
Keep the light
So I
on.
gingerly poke one in one of its arms, I guess.
Oh, you're just gonna push your way through?
Well, that's the only way you said we could make it through.
Well, I mean, you could coax them in by turning off the lights first, right?
It just
Make up your minds.
There's no
That's what
only
we'll do.
way. It's what you guys
That's what
want
we'll
to
do.
try,
That's
and
what
then I
we'll
give
do.
you the
That's
result.
absolutely
right?
what we'll do. For like 1
And
second.
Braun's standing there, like very like upset.
Okay, so for basically, I'll kind of grab us all, and I'll link us all arms up, so we're all facing out, and we'll be away from the bloody corpse that we've ripped open now.
Yeah, off to the side.
And then I'll go, all right, everyone, close your eyes on the count of on the 3, and then open them up immediately after.
Why do we have to close them?
Because they only move with their head
Or light, wasn't it?
eye contact.
Could be light.
Could be light. Well, it doesn't really matter. So
Let's try to close our eyes first, then we'll turn off the
They
light.
definitely don't move while you're looking at them, but you don't know if that's an inability or a choice,
all right. So
right?
Okay, well let's try to close our eyes for a brief second and then open them.
ready? 1,
2,
2, 3.
Close eyes,
So you
open
just-
eyes.
So you close and open with your torches on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you do that. Nothing. They're still sitting there.
It's probably the light.
I'm going to take my cloak. I'm
Okay.
gonna put it over my head.
Now it's your light.
And I have the produce flame thing, right?
Yep.
So like produce flame doesn't cast. It's like instantaneous.
Instantaneous. What are the
It's a
somatic,
it's a cantrip, verbal.
verbal, somatic?
Yeah.
Material? Oh, you don't
No
need a
materials.
focus?
Yeah.
So you need hand motion. You can just be like Kuya or Ignis or
Yeah.
whatever. So
Sparks.
it's pretty quick.
Fire.
Yeah.
Kindle.
All right, and I put my thing over my head and like, is everyone ready?
We're ready. Are you ready, Dr. Cross? We have to re-illuminate your light very quickly. Are you ready?
Yep.
Ready?
3,
3,
2,
2, 1.
1. Lights.
Roll initiative.
Fucking idiots.
I thought so.
But we turned them back on though, didn't we?
Not yet.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it just started.
Oh.
Depends on who has initiative. Everyone's aware of each other. If they even move.
Dom, did you roll high finally or what?
16.
Hey, what do you mean you caught us?
Nice.
You're the one slipping in mud like a tool.
What did you guys get?
12.
11.
4.
Oh wow, okay. So you snap the light back on and you see a ring of these things. There's about 11 of them spaced out in the clearing surrounding you. Then you kind of realize your hand's burning something. Pull your hand down and you see the tree in the center of the room is a man now leered over all of you menacingly. It completely covers, like it's like completely surrounded you, these things.
Yeah.
You can see paths through them, but they are fairly close. It looks almost as if they spread themselves out so that they could trap you here. And you realize some of the sticks, some of the bones you had seen on the ground were apparently these creatures laying in wait around what appears to be the largest one of them.
Well, anyways, let's leave. There's enough space where I can jimmy on through here, so...
So you guys are gonna haul half... Oh, who's not afraid?
We're all afraid.
I was afraid of
frightened?
werewolf, not of tree.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so
Same.
Well, yeah,
if
I
the
was-
werewolf's gone, you guys can roll.
Okay.
Roll for what?
You were afraid of the werewolf, I believe.
I know, but roll for what now?
Charisma save.
Yeah.
Fear is always charisma save.
Oh,
Strength of character.
I failed.
10.
9.
Ooh, I think
Let's
I
go to
nine.
9.
Braun fails, and
Well,
he...
what did you roll?
Like a 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
so Braun
oh.
fails.
Why?
He-
What's
You
going on
can't
here?
willingly move because you are
Uh,
surrounded. So you cannot move towards any of these creatures. You are...
Is there any hole that I can make my way through?
No, they're surrounded.
You're surrounded, so
Is
like
it
even if you were to
raging?
sneak through, you'd have to move towards at least one of them to do that.
I'm going to
So you see Braun just like freeze with fear, begin to shake.
I'll put a bag over his head.
You got a 9?
I got a 9.
Yeah, so you freeze as well. I mean, you guys can both act, but you're just both terrified. You just like go back to back in your traditional like protect each other stance.
Yeah.
What did you roll?
10.
10? You passed.
What did you roll?
I'm already afraid of him.
Yeah.
I really don't like
scared.
these
So you guys are surrounded. The face on this giant tree looks like the Scream mask. You know what I mean? Big empty holes for eyes, different sizes. Its mouth is wide and open, and you can see blood and like pieces of meat and rotten flesh dripping forth as if saliva onto the ground in front of you. Its arms that have broken down from the rest of its body and pull it around. You can see this thing hasn't moved in years. Likely the smaller ones bring it its food. But now that you're in its clearing and it can move around, it seems to want to devour you.
Braun said bad idea. Braun said smash. Braun.
You do see that there is quite a bit of material in the thing's mouth. There could be something of use in there, you think to yourself.
Like what? Can I see?
Like what? It's a great question.
So for 22, you see
3.
there's a belt hanging out of its mouth. You think you see some kind of blade inside, possibly, as well as a plethora of other items: broken bones, twigs, sticks, pieces of leather, clothing, bags, small broken ones. and
I guess
shattered
I
ones.
will kind of...
Only
Oh, yeah.
Surefrost sees it, so if she doesn't tell anybody,
There
they
appears
won't
to be
do it.
quite a few items in this thing's mouth. Gaping maw. It has no lips, so it's not quite a mouth. This thing is some items of sort. There seems to be some bags. There seems to be some other items, clothing inside.
I swear to God, if you say, Braun dearie, stick your hand in there, it's not happening. If you say, oh, Dermot, would you be a dear? No, it's not happening. You may be our pretend mom, but I'm not doing that for my real mom. Even
No
if she-
one said I was going to say such a thing. I was going to recommend myself by chance.
Alright.
Or maybe try to fish some things out with a stick.
Good idea.
One of its own kind.
Right, I don't think we should be sticking our
Toothpick,
hands.
it's all I'm doing, cleaning its teeth.
I don't think we should be sticking our hands.
There are a few just loose twigs and sticks and stuff on the ground you could grab. You are in the center of a forest. It's a clearing, but I mean, most of it's covered over top by trees.
What can I grab? A non-bloody longer one?
Well, they're all kind of bloody.
I think Braun's idea
I
so
mean, you
far
can just
has been
easily
better
like
than
grab
this
We need
one.
to leave now.
Yeah, grab it with a
After-
rag.
Yeah, but we
I have a
can't
rag.
move.
I have rag. Mom.
Yeah, we can't.
Yeah, you have a
I wanna
rags. You're wearing.
enrage
Aren't you
them
wearing
to
artisan's
before.
cook's clothes right
Yeah.
now? Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be like,
Don't
I'll take
do
a
that.
stick, shake with the rag, and I'll like
That's
try to
wrong.
shimmy the
He's done it
sword
like twice
out.
now.
The bags I'll try to pull out.
Okay, you just see her start.
I guess I'll try and
pick into
give
its
her the
mouth.
light. I guess a little bit. Like I'll make sure like the light's like super there. We'll try and angle my head. to get more
Roll a
light.
dexterity check, because I'm assuming you're trying to not touch this thing as best as possible.
Yes.
So
Can I? Oh, I can.
14. I'll give it an inspiration by chance.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there's a 3, that makes it a 17. Oh, and there's a 4 for a 21. A marvelous 21.
A 21.
For looting the bitch.
Without even fighting.
My roguish abilities better come in use somehow.
My brownish abilities have failed Jack.
No, here we
You were
go.
everything else,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Can you give me a bardic?
No, there, it's. I've used all of mine on my
Yada,
brother.
yada, 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 yada,
Bardic
yada.
inspiration.
Today.
Yeah, today. Because we hadn't rested at all.
All right, so you
Encounter.
fish out a dagger. It
Useless.
doesn't seem a very good condition though. Once you get it out, it's broken and shattered. A few pieces of bone, a few animals, like broken and shattered animals. These are actually quite recent though. This thing's been eating today for sure. So
You're taking its lunch.
the
but
blood around this clearing is not necessarily all Illeria's, which gives you a little bit of hope, because if it was,
Oh, fuck Illeria.
it's, oh yeah, I guess you already identified you. He doesn't die. Oh right, I gotta roll for the.
God damn it,
We're the
Illeria.
worst.
Oh snap! So
Oh,
you
no.
also fish out a bag that hits the ground and kind of spills apart, but you collect up the little pieces of gold that you find.
Good enough.
There are.
Terrible people. Oh, there's a town to save. Oh, let's loot this.
So there
fucking-
are 17
It's not
pieces
mine,
of
dude.
gold and 8 silver.
Nice.
Alright, anyways, should we be leaving?
Yes.
There's nothing else I can fish out, like that sword or anything was in there.
The blade was just a broken dagger.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was.
I probably should
Your
go.
eyes failed you again, old woman.
I think we should. Okay, so these guys are standing back to back. He's a little afraid.
She could have gotten a decent amount of gold there, though.
Could have.
Well, I mean, you got an okay
You
amount.
snooze, you
but-
lose. Let's go, lady.
Yeah, I didn't roll
Yeah.
very high.
All right, let's go. I'll like slap the boys. Come on, we need to leave right now.
Where?
Well, not, they're
Not going there.
Well, yeah, they're all like
They're
in a
spread out,
circle,
yeah,
so you
but-
slap them.
But
who
they're
do
spread
you
out,
slap
though.
first.
I slapped Dermot.
Roll.
Charisma?
Charisma for sure. Strength of character, buddy.
Guess what? I've got a 19 here, so it's time to go.
19. Don't slap me. Do not slap me.
It's very rude of you to do
So he
that.
continues eye contact, but like you could tell it startled him.
Yeah.
Like you thought he would have been aware of it. I mean, you softly slapped him 100,000 times, but you don't realize
No, you
this.
are.
Oh, at
No.
disadvantage.
2 damage. Do 1 damage.
At
so I can
disadvantage,
rage.
fella.
Oh. Oh no. It's a 9.
All right. So
9 plus?
No, it's 9 total.
Useless.
I'm useless. What are you rolling?
You're the one to
Don't
talk.
slap me yet. Someone should slap me enough so.
okay,
you
so his
want
light
to-
goes out.
Who?
I still
you-
my head.
Yeah, I know, which is only 10 feet, and you turned off your light. So
And he turned his on.
No, it's back on.
oh, did you say you were gonna turn it back on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that could have been bad.
Yeah, a little
man.
bit.
All right, so yeah,
So then I
Right.
slap
you're
him.
surrounded. Does someone want to try to shimmy their way out, or do you want to attack these
No,
things?
let's just shimmy our way out of here and let's get going.
Braun wants to enrage and make a hole to leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm following my brother.
He just goes nuts and immediately starts swinging.
Oh no,
Hey,
no,
no,
I'm not
no,
swinging.
no.
I'm bursting through the
Yeah,
hole.
jeez.
Like he's saying, I'm not gonna stand and fight. It's gonna be I run
Yeah, you're trying to
ones.
run these things down to get out of the circle they've surrounded you with, right? Because you're in the clearing, and they're in a circle around you with the biggest one leering over you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
If
So
I had a
you
bad
have to-
idea, this is worse.
So you have
Well,
to
no,
either
I'm-
like slip through in between them, or you have
Slip
to
through in between them is nice.
smash through them. Cause
That's
you're
my
completely
that was
small.
my plan from the beginning. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, so
Smash
don't give up
fucking-
on it. It's a good plan now. We figured out we had to.
I hate
We thought
this.
They're out of the hole. They're out of the hole, bro.
If I get out of this, I'm leaving.
You are not
My
leaving
ship.
anywhere.
I'm going with Braun.
So you gonna run them down?
We're all
No,
on
No,
no.
I'm shimmering. Shimming.
Jimmy. Okay.
Yeah, slowly.
Who's going first?
Me.
Braun.
Braun.
I'm
Give
really
her-
upset
Yeah, he's
that-
going pretty much. Yeah, roll.
I'm sticking with my brother.
Dex check.
12? The shimmy? It's not below 10.
All right, so Braun kind of shimmies through. Doesn't seem to have any problem.
Right.
So everyone
I'll
just get
go
a 12,
next.
alright?
Solid.
I'll go next. Dexterity. Fuck me.
And I'm gonna get a
Well, it's still
torch.
19, but fuck me anyway.
And I'm gonna get a torch ready.
Oh yeah, how? Yeah, so I'll say Cross just kind of hands his staff over as you shimmy out, because you probably not want to be that close to the darkness with these things everywhere. So yeah, Braun gets out with the light source. What did you get?
a 19.
A 19. Well, you passed.
Ooh.
I go.
Gosh,
I looked at Mr. Cross. I go. Well, they say age before beauty, so I think it's your go.
What do you do if I'm older and more beautiful?
I'd say get stuffed, you old man. I'll go first.
Okay.
I roll first.
Yeah, you did actually.
I got.
Oh, a disadvantage, ladies.
Not me, though.
Yes, you, because you've been.
No, I passed my.
Yeah,
fear check.
yeah, it was just the werewolf that scared him. But Braun's gonna have to. As
Hey, guess
well.
what? I still pass. I think maybe.
What'd you get?
I got a 12 with a disadvantage.
Oh.
Damn it.
Alright, so let's just rewind this whole scenario.
No,
Braun begins moving through.
No, I'm first. I'm out.
No.
the hell with you.
He starts moving through. And as soon as he brushes against the one behind him, you see it springs to life, as do the rest. The massive tree shakes and leaves fall. Dermot flips and rolls through them and starts sprinting, as does Mrs. Sugarfrost.
As
Mr.
does Cross.
Roll your dex checks.
Well, if anything,
Dex?
he would have more
Disadvantage.
freedom because the thing grabbed me and he was right behind me.
So it'd be a bigger hole.
Not really, no.
With disadvantage?
Yeah.
Because it was
Ah,
you trying to see
14.
through that caused all
Oh,
of
not
the
so
attack.
bad.
14 with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Alright,
I
so
rolled
as
20.
the one jumps onto Braun's back,
don't think
you
I can
sneak
sleep in.
past the far side.
Sorry, bud.
Um, roll, well, yeah.
I go
know
in rage and now I'm running.
So the initiative count would have been his, right? Like he's reacting.
hmm
So roll a
So-
strength check or a strength save because he's trying to grapple you.
He's rage, so he gets advantage.
He's feared, so he
No, he
gets
gets
no
neutral.
advantage. Yeah, it's just flat because you're feared.
I hate you
What was
guys.
your first one?
It was a 7
Plus
plus 2.
And I'm gonna
9.
9.
use my.
All right, so this thing leaps onto his back.
Well, I wouldn't just let it. Especially if it's
yeah.
going down.
You could roll 1.
Nope. 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 So other ones try to grab onto Braun as he continues to run, but it just seems like it's this single one. And as it does,
Dermot will produce flame into its mouth.
Saving
so it does
Giving it a hot Carl.
2 damage to you. So this thing's clawing into you. Braun's kind of like, although he was in the front, a bunch jumped on him, and they threw most of them off. One's still kind of clawing at his back. You can see that its fingers almost become root-like and start sticking into him.
Ugh.
You're gonna throw up.
I'm not gonna throw it.
So
I'm literally. I'm gonna like
Are
face
you gonna
walk
stop sprinting? Because these things are all gonna attack you simultaneously.
Oh
if you
man.
stop.
Yeah, no,
No.
just
Every
Braun
single
can handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Braun's fine.
Yeah, so you guys run down the tunnel towards the road. As you do so, you realize there's a second tunnel. Roll an insight check. There wasn't a second tunnel before.
I'm at the end, so I'll roll.
Do I have it? Like, it's not disadvantage against this because this has nothing to do with the trees.
You're afraid.
14.
So this is like decision making because you're frightened.
Yeah.
14.
For perception?
14.
It was gonna be 17.
20.
10.
Insight.
Oh, same 20.
Sweet. Alright, so cross is... So if you went first, second, third, fourth... Or wait, you're
First,
last.
Cross
second,
Yeah.
third, fourth.
So...
I'm always up shit creek.
Because you can't
Roll d6.
D6. 1.
Alright, so... Those two run the same direction to the
Okay.
left.
Okay.
The tunnel you came from was the right. Most
But-
definitely, you can see it.
I rolled a
Illiria's
14
blood.
though.
Oh,
That's a
they're...
decent roll for insight.
So does
It's 50,
one look
which is
worse
what
than
the
the
DC is.
other?
Yeah, the
I
one
feel
that
like
they
one.
ran into.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't.
So
Oh,
instead of instead
So-
of 50-50, it's a 50-50. You didn't pass this one. It's either pass
Brawn
or fails.
adventure.
You guys, it's this way.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Well, we have no time to waste. Let's trust him.
Well, I mean, they run past, and you run past, following them, and you know this as you run past it. So
Okay.
unless you're gonna stop everyone and turn around,
Yeah,
Which is
I
probably
like...
not an option right now.
you're being chased by creatures that, like, you can hear them tearing through the trees. They're not stopping now.
Oh, so I just kind of like know we're fucked and accept it as I run.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Are you gonna say anything or no?
Yeah, I'm basically gonna yell same thing, but
Okay.
just
We went
yeah.
down the wrong path. Ah.
All right. Well, what time is it? Should we take a break?
9:15. Yeah.
9:15. I didn't want to go any later than 10.
Yeah. Let's just
Okay.
power through. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you guys run and run and run down this path. Everyone roll a dex saving throw.
God damn it.
On disadvantage too, right?
Crit 20.
Please do well.
Not 20, and it's my proficiency.
Sweet.
That's
then
not
you,
very well.
15.
Oh no, Mr. Cross.
I guess it'll do. Still advantage or disadvantage? Cause fear.
Mm-hmm. All ability checks, saving throws, and attack rolls.
Crit fail.
We've disadvantage.
Crit fail.
Oh, it's nice knowing you guys. I'm going to be tree food.
All right.
I rolled a-
Sorry. What's your disadvantage? What did
Mine
you
was
guys
at
get?
15 and then 15 with disadvantage.
Okay.
Unless you let me use strength instead. And I
Like an
power
athletic
through
strength?
instead of...
It's still a crit fail.
Not if I have advantage to equal it out. It's still a fail, but it wouldn't be a crit fail.
Oh, I see.
True.
He's raging, yeah.
You are raging, so
Because yeah, under rage he's not affected by fear anymore.
Am I not?
No,
It only happens. Oh, so he would get advantage then during rage.
Yeah, so
I do not know barbarians.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that's for sure. Thing.
And
You
then,
get
but when
advantage.
the rage ends, though, the fear returns.
what was your first roll then?
A 6.
A 6.
Plus 4 would be 10.
Okay. All right. So you do smash through. So, your leg gets caught. Like you see one of the arms of the creatures lash out and it sticks into you, or it attempts to, I should say. Horribly failing. So it grabs onto you and trips you, and you land, but you kind of just like smash through, grab the thing, pull its whole arm off of its body, and just keep running.
Nice.
But as it's in your
Nice,
hand, you
nice.
see it start to like leak this black ichor.
Mm.
Roll a dex save, or do you want to hold on to it?
Probably not going to want to hold on to it.
Okay.
But maybe it might be good.
15.
15? Okay, so yeah, you see the ichor start pouring out of it, you cast it to the side, and you just see it steam as it and start to soak into the plant matter that it's thrown against. You guys continue running and running and running.
I just hold on to it, eh? Just like a
Yeah.
high wisdom character.
This seems okay.
Alright, so you guys smash forth, through onto the road. You do recognize where you are. It was just a little ways back of where you originally entered. And you turn around. Who's in the back with the light source? Who's the furthest back with the light?
That would be
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I guess
sorry, yeah,
first.
Frost would be
Yeah.
the first back
With
with the
the
light
light.
source.
Okay, so you come out, Braun smashes through and like throws himself to the ground, and you hold up the light, and the tunnel is empty behind you.
Keep moving.
Running!
moving.
We still have a werewolf to catch
Yeah.
up to.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are gonna do a fast pace,
We're gonna
I'm assuming?
Make haste to this town.
Okay, so you were assuming
Pasty,
that
pasty.
the place was about 5 hours away.
But that was
Okay.
like a-
But that was only about an hour ago, yeah. So you have 4 hours. You're not going to be able to keep up a sustained sprint for 4 hours.
No, but
No, but we're hoping maybe the werewolf would cross paths onto the road. And
Someone is trained in athletics, right?
Me?
Yeah? Okay, as long as one of you knows that. Yeah, one of you would know as long as you're trained.
Yeah.
How to set a pace. So, you guys want to tell us?
Sure.
Set a fast pace, or are you guys going to jog there?
Job.
well, I say we can make up as much time as we can and then just slow it down.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to put room between us and these fucking trees.
Mm-hmm.
So how quickly do you want to go?
We'll go fast paced for a while.
Jog, basically jog.
We'll do like
Jog?
a sustainable jog and then like stop to like take a breather.
Okay, so you're moving about. Yeah, all right. So, yeah. Roll your con saves.
Are we still at disadvantage or what?
I rolled a 20 on the deck save. Does that count as
No, not for this. You guys are running, but I mean, you kind of get control of yourselves.
19.
15.
5.
Just keeping it real consistent.
Yeah,
6,
yeah.
5,
Yeah, don't
5,
worry.
6, 4 sometimes.
All right.
Got 10.
Got a 19. Got a 19.
I'm a middle-aged man. What
10?
do you expect?
Okay, you actually passed surprisingly. So after about, you'd say 45 minutes to an hour of running, the gnarled trees kind of open forth in front of you.
It's never again.
The fog spills out of the forest to swallow up the road behind you. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, are high stone buttresses looming gray in the fog.
Right.
Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings to the with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. 2 headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you with only silence. The gate is closed, and to the right, Braun, as you slide to a stop, you see a familiar face from the woods. Appears to be the gypsy that you had met when you found that corpse. He appears to be sitting quite calmly.
Motherfucker.
He doesn't react drastically when you approach. The gate is closed, however, and he's sitting next to it almost expectantly, waiting for someone.
Well, look who
I-
it is.
You don't know him.
The gypsy, didn't we?
Yeah,
He
this
did.
one.
Yeah.
I open back up into a heavy pace, yelling, "Gypsy man! Gypsy man! Oh,
What? Do you know him?
why are you here?" Oh, that did go pretty on.
Why are you
Yeah.
here?
Why are you here?
Gypsy man.
We are looking for a werewolf. Have you seen him?
A werewolf? Where would I have seen a werewolf?
Running.
Even such a place as this.
Running to town. He was this guy's enemy, friend.
This guy
Bitten by werewolf. Took our land. Headed to town. We are chase.
Ah, I see. But the gate has not opened for you, so Strahd will not let you through.
Strahd invited us. Show him letter.
Yes, we have this letter.
All right, you pull forth a blank piece of paper. There's nothing written on it, and he looks at you and says, I do recognize the note before. You're not the first to have it. Someone apparently has taken great interest in you. You're playing a dangerous game coming to this place, my large friend. And what has happened to your clothes? I remember you being more decent the last time I'd seen you.
Trees. Lots of angles.
Braun wear tattered werewolf costume, so that is a very dishonorable mention.
So he pulls out a it appears to just be like a large colorful patchy blanket and tosses it to you. You are also out of clothing. He kind of fumbles around in the bag next to him, pulls forth a simple robe, and tosses it to you. He doesn't have any other clothing on him, though. And he says, you are in grave danger in this place. Only the Vistani can come and go from Strahd's lair. And even he will not open his gate for me.
Well, we need to escape this place, and we're not quite sure how to do it because the mist seems to devour anybody that steps through it. So, friend, if I may call you that, how do we go about this?
Says, well, the Vistani come and go as we please. We use potions to get our way through the mist. However, without a caravan nearby, there's no potion for me to take. So to go back, or apparently forward, he motions towards the gate and beyond the mist that seems to have thickened behind it. There's little I can do. As like in the road behind you is now engulfed with the mist as well.
Braun think no stay here. Scale? Well, maybe.
Well, you could try, my friend, but I've not the athleticism to climb that kind of a thing. I'll wait for the next Vistani caravan whenever I can.
Fogging close, though. Maybe get caught.
Braun, maybe if you go knock politely on the door, it will open and grant us entry. He already knows we're here.
That sounds like a great idea. I go up and knock on the door.
Alright. Ding, 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 ding.
But it's very, very much so like introducing Sir, or not Sir, Xavier Cross's company of wares and goods, asking for permission into Strahd's realm.
The gypsy expectantly gets up with the Vistani, and it looks like he's thinking the gate's gonna open, and kind of looks puzzled. Oh, I suppose that didn't work. Well, if you said you got a note from this man, very well known, the Devil Strahd, the locals call him.
Oh, that's great.
However, he must have stopped you here for some reason. I'm the only one that's been through here in several hours.
Werewolf, maybe.
I've seen no such creature, my friend.
Well,
Only you dressed as one.
is the only way in here through here, right?
As far as I know, we
Werewolf might have
use
chances.
caravans.
I mean, I'll still pull my sword out. Not at you. There may be a werewolf coming towards us.
He just
Yes,
kind of like
friend.
looks around oddly. So he's just like, well, in that case, there has to be something. There has to be something. Why would we be stopped here? Why am I stopped here?
What do you do? We hunt monsters. Very heavy quotes. What do you do?
He just like gets this kind of strange look. Look at me. I'm a gypsy without a damn caravan. Or I'm a Vistani without a damn caravan. I'm a charlatan, for God's sakes. I play a card game.
So in no gods, but what god?
The Tarokka
We could at
cards.
least
They're-
play till past time.
It's not
What'd
that
you-
kind of game.
What'd
It's
you do
supposed
with
to-
them?
It tells you your future,
It
like those wooden boards you use down south. It has no real value. They're just a set of cards.
Oh, the brown future, not past, just future.
All right.
Well, it's something to do when we pass the time.
Well, it doesn't exactly work like that. I'll have to tell it all. There's only one way to talk to the cards, but they're meaningless.
Well, we'll do it anyways. It's better than sitting around here waiting for the mist to swallow us up. Plus, I'm interested in how it actually happens. So
I'm more interested in seeing where Illeria is. Are we going to
Brown
wait
think
here?
maybe Strahd sent man laid. Man open door eventually.
Shouldn't we go back to the road and see if we can find signs of the werewolf?
You should go. I am tired of going places. And I sit down.
All right,
I'm
so
with them now.
he just
Making
he
me
looks
go.
up at you like shocked, worried. You guys told him a werewolf is possibly on the way. He definitely seems on edge, but he looks up at the older woman. Like you're the oldest person, right? He looks immediately to you as if you're supposed to make the decision for him.
I think you should accompany us and we should go look for our friend.
No,
rather than stay here all alone.
That is a terrible idea.
To find Illeria, our friend, alone,
We're not gonna.
helpless with this beast.
Well, he's with Gaten.
Oh, Gaiden. And he has much control. You saw that firsthand, didn't you?
But
Frost.
you wish to go up that road.
Gaiden is a
The one
priest. He
covered in
wouldn't
mist.
hurt a fly.
And Frost and
I don't
Bron
have
to
any
find
potions
stuff.
on me.
Die maybe.
Did you not listen to me?
Brons and Frost
I heard
and
you. But we can't just leave our friend.
Frost
What
is
are we to
higher
do?
perception
Hear his
than
screams in anguish
Well,
while we sit here powerless.
Give her my ammo.
I think what we need.
What have we employed you all for?
You can. He's got a sack full of stuff. You could He starts investigating around if you guys want to help him.
Yeah, we'll help you. Look for things that could
Lord
assist us in
Barovia.
rescuing our friend.
Look, if the werewolf preacher's going to town, right, and he managed to get by this somehow because he's a werewolf that has an agenda apparently because he left us there in the tree trap. We need to get through these gates, and if good old Strahd there is not going to let us through, then we need to
Sneak in.
somehow get in. I don't know. Maybe there's an encounter here. Maybe we have to talk away, be really nice and polite, like we haven't been.
Are the
because-
cards out?
No, he hasn't opened his bag at all.
Well, let's look for things in your bag that might be able to help. As you see, we aren't with much of our goods, nor our belongings.
Alright, so he starts dropping things out, little tokens, charms. He's got a few different sets of these Tarokka cards. He's got a crystal ball that looks like it's made of cheap glass. All sorts. As you look through it, you're like, oh my god, I've seen Vistani use this on so many people. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's also got a decent amount of gold, but I mean, he's a charlatan fortune teller.
Can I have
Yeah.
a pack of cards?
He just says, no, they're worth a fortune.
How much?
100 gold pieces.
Don't have that. How about 15?
Bron's
And a
got
bowl
3
of gold.
And a bowl.
This is my trade, friend. I'm not just going to give them away. I can't have another one made.
Fine.
I'm an outcast. He does have a spare in case he...
What's your name, friend?
Why do you seek the name of a man who has no name? I've been cast from my people, which means I don't have one anymore. Which means I can't come and go from this silly place.
Why is this place so silly?
Bron call
Wow.
you Fizzy.
Many of the Vistani come and go from this land, and as I've been here a few times to trade with the villages amongst the valley, I never learned the ways of our sacred potions.
What a misfortune. So you're just sit here for all eternity?
No! I had a potion! And the gate closed on me. Supposedly the gate stays open to the Vistani for some reason. It always has. In fact, it's even been known to let people in and out. But apparently it stays closed for a man with no name, and apparently it stays closed for you as well.
Bron-
Your invitation.
Bron call you Fizzy. Short for Vistani. If you don't have a name. Alright.
Excuse
That's
my
very
friend.
Oh,
nice.
wow, that is so close to his actual name. Alright, he's like, Vizzy. They once called me Visi. So Vizzy sounds like a good replacement to me. Easy to remember and easy to hear. You've solved a great problem for me, my friend. I Vizzy it.
I give you like a good pat on the shoulder. Like, good work.
Good work, Bron.
He
Bron
just,
do good, Bron get caught again.
he just kind of sits down again and pulls out a bunch of spirits and starts drinking like a bottle of spirits.
Well, why not?
I kind of grab one slowly, like,
Oh, it's
can
like a bottle.
Should we inspect around this place in case of any other entrances?
I mean,
Just
I'm
gonna
not
sit
really-
here resting.
I mean, you have 22 passive perception,
Yeah.
and you've been here for a few minutes. I mean, unless there's something hidden, you're not gonna just see an entrance. I mean, you can see all the entrances.
Or like
for
or like a way in which the werewolf could have climbed easily, leaving
It
us
was a
behind.
werewolf. It's a
You can
werewolf.
investigate. It'll take you about 10 minutes. to
Yeah, I'll
look
investigate.
around and
Passive investigate or investigate check?
check.
9.
9. All right. So
I'm not helping.
Mrs. Sherfrost starts looking around the clearing. Does anyone want to go with her as she investigates?
Into the mist.
It's still the same day that he pissed me off, so.
Yeah, you did upset him earlier.
You're not smart enough to think of that.
Yes, he is.
I'm not negative
He's still
intelligence.
pouty, yeah. And he's, above average. Aren't you 11 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 11 wisdom, 10 intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
And charisma's my negative, so of course I'd still have a grudge against you and helping you right now.
I'll be kind of like, all right. Well, I mean, there's no sense of walking around in the mist. We may as well just sit around, wait for maybe another caravan to go through. I mean, worst case scenario, the werewolf runs up on
Well,
us.
she's not searching around in the mist, or she'll suffocate because it's the thick mist that's now closing around.
I'm not
you.
going to miss. I'm going around the structure.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, there's
she's
nothing
just
really.
searching the clearing, the walls.
Well, I guess I'll say, what are you gonna do? Worry it open?
Perhaps.
It's not gonna happen. Just sit down.
You
worry
have
it.
worried greater gates than this open, in your opinion. What do you think?
I'm just like standing at the gate.
All right, so VZ just looks at Braun. Well, do you want to see how they work?
I do. I certainly do.
All right, so actually, I'm gonna go back. Go back to the
Trying
cards.
to avoid the fortune telling.
Into the mist.
If this takes a while, can I just use my passive investigation?
You see wall.
It's a 20.
Did you shuffle these?
No, I didn't. But I kept the high deck and low deck.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I didn't really look at them or stack them or anything, so I'm pretty sure I shuffled them last time. Alright.
So yeah, I guess as he pulls out all the cards, like all of us will kind of gather around, be like, why
Except
not?
for sure Frost. It's being a stone cold cunt.
Whoa, man.
Not wanting to play a simple
Watch
card
your
game.
manners.
I guess we are live. There could be children.
They're actually.
but
I'm
language.
sorry, excuse
family.
him.
Yeah, they're
He has
definitely
9 charisma.
children. Sorry again if
If
we're
it's just
swearing.
if it's all children watching,
Just nothing but
I'm
like
sorry how this
2-year-olds.
happened to you.
If you're not a
Biggest
child and you're
demographic.
watching this, fuck you. You can handle it.
Whoa.
Okay, so he sets down a cross of cards. So he deals
I'll have to
A
make
card.
this one PG-13.
to the left, up, right, down, and then one in the middle of all of them.
Mhm.
So it's essentially just like a T.
Alrighty.
As he does
knows
so,
my name through the cards.
he says, "All right, well, let's see. For your first card, we have
Death.
Idiocy.
this card tells
Fucking
history,
cave your skull.
knowledge of the ancient will, or knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy.
The ancient.
Fucking cave your skull. Don't even test me.
Ace of Diamonds.
Definitely not in real life though. Like that is definitely not what I mean if there's like a cop watching. Well, if there's kids watching, there might be a cop watching.
Never know our demographic. Just police and children.
I
These guys are watching.
I see the skeleton of a deadly
they-
warrior lying on a bed of stone flanked by gargoyles.
I look at the statues surrounding us.
They're two figures that
They're
are
not
headless.
Yeah, but they're stone statues.
Stone
which is
statues that scare
gargoyles.
people off. Doom guardians. He says, well, that's your first one. I'm assuming this will just be the one reading we need. No need to do another. He says, the second card tells of a powerful force for good and protection. A holy symbol of great hope. I see within the holy symbol the 2 of diamonds.
Which means we'll fuck it up.
What the deuce?
What in the deuces?
2 of diamonds.
What the deuce?
2 of diamonds. I just had diamonds out. What am I doing? It is the philanthropist. Look to a place where sickness and madness are bred. Where children once cried, the treasure still lies.
Our children's.
The third card, this is the card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of pure sunlight.
Ooh, sunlight.
I have drawn the Avenger. Interesting. The treasure lies in a dragon's house in hands once clean and now corrupted.
Dragon's house?
Dragon's house.
Dragon's
You
house.
said the second one was children, right? It's a place for children where people go crazy or they get sick.
Look to where sickness and madness are bred, where children once cried, the treasure still lies.
Or like an insane asylum, or like,
Like a
nursery,
hospital or something, yeah.
Something.
A school.
Elementary school.
A tanning factory where children work with their little feet on the hands.
The fourth card. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against the darkness.
Help.
I have drawn
Help.
the Master of Swords. That which you seek lies in the womb
As I'm
of
holding a
darkness, the devil's lair, the one place to which he must return.
Bum, bum.
Final card. Your enemy is a creature of darkness? Those whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. Strange.
That sounds pretty shitty.
For some reason, I think there's something else to you that I have not seen. Where is the master? I see a nest of ravens. There you will find the prize. Oh no, shit! I'm in the treasure section. I'm the wrong one. Here we go. There we go. King of Diamonds. King of Diamonds. He haunts the tomb of the man he envied above all else. Yeah. Well, that was interesting, but apparently that's not why we were here. You hear the gate click unlocked, and the screaming screech of them as they just retch and open. You see the rust breaking free from the hinges of the thing, and it cuts through the knife like a knife. When the gates finally open, the mist seems to dissipate beyond. And as you guys look back down to VC, you see an empty pile of Vistani robes.
VC, and I start like ripping through the clothes.
Alright, so you start looking through. Most of the items that were in the bag are actually quite a bit older than you remember when you looked at them. In fact, Mr. Frost handled a few of these items, but now they appear old and worn. Even the clothing in the bag that he had with him.
What are the cards?
What are
The cards are gone.
What of the clothes?
Should have bought them for 100 gold
For
pieces.
you?
I already have his robe.
You have like a robe on.
Yeah, that's
Wang hanging.
that's all I need.
Well, that's what they're worth. He would sell them to you to Vistani.
If he was understanding.
I think
If he wasn't
maybe
saying.
you seamstress is close. I could.
Good thinking. Right. So yeah, I'll take all the clothes and kind of like put them up to size of Braun. Basically, see if I could cut the collar out and make it so it's like a weird sort of tank top thing for him.
Roll a dexterity check to try that.
Oh, buddy, you're getting a new shirt. I rolled a 20. 20.
Cool. So you pick up the robes. They fit him fine.
No, perfect.
Yeah. come on.
Oh,
Beauty.
you rolled you got a 20, not rolled.
Yeah.
So he modifies the scarves and robes and things like that, so it fits you fairly well.
Nice.
Even your robes that he gave you are now old. They're moth-eaten and almost smell.
Yeah.
Not nearly as nice as you had thought they were.
These were a lot better about 10 seconds later.
So, you guys head down the road. A couple more hours pass, and as they do, it eventually breaks away. Night has now almost completely set in, and the place is getting extremely dark. As you pass out of the woods, you can hear movement in the woods behind you that stops at the edge. The sound eerily reminds you of those strange twig-like creatures you had seen, the twig blights.
Yeah.
You do approach the town, I'm assuming? Are you guys going to continue that way?
Yeah.
Basically
Yeah.
going.
So, as you break free of the woods, it opens up into a large area that's been cleared back from the base of the mountain vein on which the castle lies, down to a river. Since you nat 20'd your check for your knowledge of Barovia earlier,
Oh, that was me.
or where you were, no, that was Zach.
What was it?
Yeah. You have knowledge of the legend of Strahd. You recognize the castle.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you do see a river down there. Oh, no, you actually wouldn't know any of this shit. Never mind. So, you continue down, cross the fields, which all seem empty. The place is eerily quiet, just like the woods were. Here, there's no wind. So you can't even hear the rustle of the trees. And you approach the town. The town itself, you can't see too much of it. It's closed in the mist, and the darkness is closing around you. As you enter kind of the main street, you realize the mist is closing in around you and forcing you into the town. Being uncomfortable and knowing this mist tends to push you wherever the hell it wants.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of closing in on you, and you've got a wall in front of yourself, or you can go right down the street. As you guys are about to start speaking to decide what you're going to do, you hear a voice in the distance. Sounds like a young girl, and then a young boy. Children, definitely. It seems as though they are arguing with each other. One second.
Did the boy cry wolf?
The boy did cry wolf. So the gravel road leads to the village. Its tall, dark houses, dark as tombstones. Nestled amongst those solemn dwellings are a handful of closed shops. The tavern is shut tight, even the tavern is shut tight. A soft whimpering draws your eyes towards a pair of children standing in the middle of an otherwise lifeless street. After shushing the boys, the girl turns to you and says, "There's a monster in our house." She then points to a tall, brick row house that has seen better days. Its windows are dark. It has a grated portico on the ground floor, and the rusty gate is slightly ajar. So a portico is kind of like a boot room with a gate portcullis in front of it, like an iron gate.
Okay.
The gate is cracked. But the windows and doors are all boarded up, like many of the others in town. These children look quite well off. They're wearing incredibly fine clothes. And the small child seems to be holding a stuffed doll, and he's wrapped in fine children's robes. He seems quite sad, but the girl looks up at you and says, come, you have to help us. Like, you have to help us. Our parents are in there.
Why is your brother so sad, miss?
Because a great monster went into our house.
Inside.
We're scared that our parents or our brother are gonna die.
20?
20? You're like certain this girl's terrified. I'm just terrible at doing it.
Okay.
Ron
Ron yells out, "Let the children cry! The north, the gods!" And then he bolts into the house.
Alright, so Bron kind of bolts up into the house. So you guys all gonna rush up after him?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so you guys rush up after him. As you do so, you have the highest perception, Mr. Frost. You look back and you see the little girl and the boy just kind of like turn back and they start talking again. But then the mist just wipes out the street and they vanish. and mist covers the door. Until next time on The Curse of Strahd.
Oh my
Thanks
god.
for watching, guys.
Oh my goodness.
And we've got announcements.
I am announcing how anticipatory I am of next week. What a cliffhanger. My god. Why do we have to end right now? Man alive.
Yeah.
Man alive.
This sucks.
Alright, well, we love you guys.
Love you.
Thanks for watching.
So we stream every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 8 p.m. Central, I think.
Yeah.
7 p.m.-ish.
9 Eastern.
Based on technical difficulties, etc.
You know, it's a
Trying
live
to
stream,
close
so
in on
shit
it, though.
happens. But
Yeah, we're getting better.
Just don't let R. Kelly watch it.
This is our first
Tuesday
one.
evening.
Kelly?
Yeah, it's a big
D6.
joke that he liked to find.
Mostly D6.